Are you ready for day 2, the second and final day of the California State Football Championships? A little brunch for Birmingham and Acalanes as they determine the Division III AA Championship. And we welcome you to Saddleback College along with 24/7 Sports National Recruiting Analyst Greg Biggins. I'm Rashawn Haylock, and Birmingham head coach Jim Rose told everybody a season ago that this was the squad that was going to do some work. They certainly expected to be here. Acalanes, meanwhile, maybe not expected, but it was certainly a goal. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride in recent years. This year it's been a magical run for them. First sectional title, first NorCal championship, and today they make their debut playing for a state title.
Man, I love the contrasting styles. Makes for great boxing matchups, football as well. Acalanes has speed all over the field. Probably the two fastest guys on the field. Birmingham, big, strong, physical, and tough. So, interesting matchup right there.
And one of those burners is Rogers, the talented wide receiver who's headed to Cal.
Yeah, no, Trevor Rogers. Watched him pregame. He's legit, 6'2", 6'3". I always kind of decrease a guy by about 1 or 2 inches, man. He can go on both sides of the ball, going to Cal. He's not an early grad, doing track this year as well. He said, I'm going 10,500 meters this year. Like his teammate Paul Kiner. This guy's the real deal for sure.
That's some serious speed there, 10.5, 100. Meanwhile, Peyton Waters, another big-time commit. He's a 4-star recruit headed to the University of Washington, and there is not a position on the field that he can't play.
Special talent. I think he's going to go down as one of the better players they've ever had there. They've had dudes, Milton Knox, the Jackson brothers. Two-way guy is going to go to UW to play safety, but he's one of the top wide receivers, not just locally, not just in the Western region, Rashawn Haylock, but nationally as well. He's our go-to guy, and I love him on both sides of the ball. He can punt. What can't he do? Again, it's very special talent.
One team is going to leave with its very first state championship. Will it be Birmingham getting over the hump, or will Acalanes continue its magical season? Kickoff from Saddleback College next.
Sully Haley, Paul Keener, and Henry Haley. For Birmingham, Hayden Waters, and Acalanes.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Welcome back. Kickoff just moments away. But first, let's check in for the first time this afternoon with the third member of our broadcast team, Timothy Parker.
Hey there, Rashawn. You know, a big reason the Birmingham Patriots have made it this far is their quarterback, junior Kingston Tinsdale. He threw for 27 touchdowns with 0 interceptions this season. His coach this morning told me he grew from like a timid baby deer to a full-grown adult lion. Now let's see if that lion can lead his Patriots to a state championship.
Rumble, young man, rumble. And he said he's playing like a senior now, almost a little. You're not really supposed to talk about the no-hitter, right, GB?
Don't talk about it.
but here we are, and Kingston Tinsdale, he's been perfect on this season. As you take a look at Paul Burnsett there, the head coach for Acalanes in his 8th season, actually came out of retirement to coach the Dons. Said it's an ideal place to coach, and there was a community that was clamoring for a great football team. Floyd Burns said.
And I was kind of nerding out on that call, wasn't I? This guy's been around some quarterbacks and some legendary quarterback coaches, the great Roger Theater. So, man, I'm a big quarterback guy, and listening to him talk about Ken Dorsey and Kyle Wright and so many in Northern California, Drew Olson, I can go on and on and on. He's been around, and I'm excited to see his quarterback tonight just because I know the pedigree of Coach Burnsett.
Jim Rose has already accomplished a double that has never been done before. Also the head coach of the girls flag football team. They won the CIF sectional title, as did this Birmingham Patriots squad to get here. Rose also has 300-plus wins as the softball head coach at Birmingham. Waters and Harris will be back to receive it for Birmingham.
And his daughter, little baller, CIF Player of the Year, yeah?
Player of the Year, playing 3 different positions, as it's going to be Waters who picks it up off the turf. Waters with the crease. Waters showing some speed across midfield. Peyton Waters pushed out of bounds just inside the 40 by Trevor Rogers. We've talked so much about the speed of Acalanes. Peyton Waters showing off his on the opening kickoff.
3-sport guy, basketball, runs a little bit of track, obviously elite football talent, smooth, right? Look at that stride. He's like a gazelle, Rashawn, getting down the field. You're not going to be able to outrun Trevor Rogers, but still big-time return by a big-time player. I can't wait to watch Peyton Waters, man. I'm just got my little evaluation hat on right now, and the guy's stock just keeps going up for me.
52 yards on the return. Here's Kingston Tisdale. 4 touchdowns a week ago in the SoCal Championship. Goes to Ronell Hewitt. They try right guard, and Hewitt able to pick up a couple. Back in the lineup after missing the game last week is Hewitt. You see Tisdale's numbers on this season. That big donut right there next to interceptions. And Eric Steinheimer wrote a great article in the LA Times where he talked to our Chris Riggs. He talked to Steve Clarkson. No one's ever seen this done before.
Why didn't you talk to me? Like, Sandy never shows me any love. What the heck, Sandy? No, honestly, 27-0. That's hard to do thrown on air. It really is. We're talking about half these interceptions you see by a lot of quarterbacks. It's tip balls. It's a receiver running the wrong route. He's perfect, but obviously his receivers, credit them as well.
There was Hewitt getting the carry. Stopped there by Everett Glass. Hewitt, 1,300 yards on the ground this season for Birmingham. 16 touchdowns. Devin Jackson, the hero from last week, caught the winning tip pass as time expired. It was a miracle catch that got Birmingham here into the state championship. And the big boys up front, led by Chuy Cortez and Abdoni Ubeda. They go to the ground once again, and Hewitt one more time up the gut, up to the 25-yard line, picks up 3 there, brings up a 3rd down.
I mean, they're huge up front, and every game we do, I always like kind of point out the difference in size. I mentioned at the top of the hour, it's size versus quickness. Birmingham's offensive line, you're talking 330, 323, 262, 262, and the little guy at center, 209. But there's 4 guys that are over 250 there. Huge up front, much bigger than Acalanes' defensive front.
Hewitt getting across the 6 there, so fresh set of downs. Fowles gets his first carry of the game. Drayden Fowles showing some moves. Into the 5, into the end zone. Touchdown, Birmingham. 25-yard scamper there from Fowles, and the Patriots strike first.
How great was that run? And he was bobbing and weaving, cutting right and left and making guys miss. And I said every time on the broadcast, elite running backs. That first guy never takes you down. There's one cut, vision, the other cut. Breaks a couple little arm tackles and shows that speed to get in the end zone. Nice run.
Andy Bailon in for the point after, and he gets it. Bailon stepped in at kicker right before the Open Division Championship game in the city section. They suffered an injury during practice the week of that game, and Bailon has come in and filled in admirably. 10 for 10 on extra points, making 11 for 11 now. And he's also made a field goal. Jim Rose said, well, he looks just like how you think a defensive lineman out there playing kicker.
When I talked to him for the game, I'm like, hey, coach, how we feeling? We feel good? He goes, yeah, except for my kickers over there on the bench. He showed him over there on the sidelines with the crutches, and he goes, oh, we'll be fine. I go, don't you got a soccer guy? They have an elite soccer team here at Birmingham, obviously. He goes, I don't want a soccer guy out here screwing my team up. He's all, we got this guy over here. He'll be just fine.
And J.C. Oliva, the kicker on the season, has made some clutch kicks during his career. Senior for the Patriots, but suffered an injury the week leading up to the final against Crenshaw. Here's Bailon, and sort of a squibber there at the 20, picked up by Rogers, and Rogers wrestled down to the turf. Let's take a look at Birmingham's wild win over Del Norte last week. Kingston Tisdale, 4 seconds left, looking for Devin Jackson, and the miracle tip happens. 52 yards, game-winning tug as time expires, and Birmingham wins the SoCal Regional Division III AA Championship. Coach Rose called it a miracle. Tisdale said it was desperation time. You just throw it up there and see what happens. They were actually looking for Waters there, and he ended up tipping it into the hands of Jackson. Here's Acalanes. Keener getting a little pop pass there, gets it around the edge, shy of the 40-yard line. Sully Bailey, 6'1", 185-pound senior quarterback for Acalanes. 204 yards through the air last week, had a touchdown, also 3 rushing touchdowns. He's got 31 touchdowns on the year, 12 on the ground. And the lefty loses that one as he tried to get it out, picks it up, and fortuitously picks up a first down just shy of midfield, just like he drew it up.
Bill Walton would say, what a great play by the quarterback, making the defense commit. Nice recovery, first down. I'm excited to see Keener. Again, I'm a big speed guy, track guy. That's a 10-5-6. You saw him in that first carry, picking up 5 yards, but you get him in space or Rogers in space, and you will not catch either of those guys, even with an angle.
Bailey picked up 10 there. He had 2 fumbles last week. We saw one there. There's another pop pass as they try to get it around the edge. And that is Nico White there on the reception. The 5'9" junior. Adams there on the stop is a 9-yard pickup for White. Take a look at the backs and receivers. Keener and Rogers, they are the two that make things go. Rogers over 1,000 yards, 14 touchdowns, 67 catches entering today. And a very veteran offensive line. They go with the reverse. Keener, far sideline. Across midfield, Keener 40-yard line, a first down. Wrestled out of bounds by Harris Jr. And you're starting to see some of that speed that we've been talking about.
A couple guys had the angle, and he's just cruising around the edge, picking up that first down with ease. Speed is always the great equalizer. Going back to those Miami Hurricane and then Dallas Cowboy teams, Jimmy Johnson, those are some of my favorite teams, even though I'm a Rams guy. But you're seeing it, man, just explosiveness out there.
Bailey in the flat, finds White again, and White pushed out of bounds from behind.
But spread him out, spreaded him out. And I mentioned before, big speed advantage for Acalanes. They ran last year's track. I keep bringing up track. 4x1 relay was second in the state. Both Keener and Rogers were on that team.
Tonga brothers in the middle of that Birmingham defensive line. They are a load. Bo weighs nearly 300 pounds, and we're going to have a flag here. Some movement up front, and our first penalty of the game.
Encroachment on the defense, 5 yards, still second down.
Chuck Hare.
Bo comes out, Nick comes in.
Place one Tonga twin with the other.
First down.
Coach Rose was kind of funny talking about the twins. He said they're hilarious at practice. Like they're like your typical twins, man. They get after at each other, yelling, they hit each other in the helmet.
They got to be separated at times.
Yeah. I would imagine no one else could probably mess with the other, though. Probably just those two.
Yeah, absolutely. That's typically how it goes if you have a brother. 8:05 left in this first quarter. They set up the screen. Rogers with space. Rogers inside the 10, cuts at the 5, finds the end zone. And Acalanes just like that, a point away from tying this thing up. 28 yards on the wide receiver screen.
Yeah, that wide receiver screen is going to be wide open all day long for those two guys unless Birmingham does something. But Rogers, I thought he kind of almost made it too hard on himself. He could have just took it off and had like an angle toward the sideline, but kept down the field a couple times and then got in the end zone. A lot of speed for Acalanes. That speed is real. It shows up from up here where we're standing. Not just those two guys, Keener and Rogers, but the whole team. They just look fast.
Tell you what, if this first 4:03 is any indication of the way the rest of this afternoon's going to go, the point after attempt is good by
I like it.
Big Notice. We might be in for an old-fashioned shootout. Acalanes ties it up, 7 apiece. Seven to 7 our score. 7:57 left, first quarter of the Division III AA championship game. The Dons tying this one up. As you take a look at the school profile, Floyd Burns said in his 8th year as a head coach, he's been all over. He's maybe one of the most traveled coaches we've ever covered. He spent 20-plus years in Miramonte. Had some time at a JC, was in Texas, was in Kentucky, and says he wanted to be here at Acalanes because he thought it was a nice place, an ideal place to coach, and he's certainly been able to turn that program around.
Yeah, our call with him was educational for me, not just him, his wife. I mean, he's got some stories.
Located in Lafayette, California. As this one is booted to the back of the end zone. So there will be no return here for Waters and company. Here's what the Dons did on their last drive to even this thing up, GB.
And impressive. It wasn't just, I mean, even when they fumbled, they picked up positive yardage right there. It wasn't just the speed of the players, it was the speed of the offense, the tempo that they played. It was fast break football.
Yeah, don't really huddle much. They try to get right after it. And like you said, the execution at a high because of the pace in which they operated it. See what they did on that last drive. Took them just 2 minutes and 13 seconds. I mean, we're barely 4 minutes into this thing, and both teams have already reached the end zone.
Had a greater show on turf feel to it, the way they got down the field with such speed and efficiency.
Very much so. Here's Hewitt getting to the second level. Birmingham happy to have him back in there. Coach Rose, true to his word, says he'll be playing and he'll get the first carry. And he certainly did on the opening drive. That was capped off by a Fowles touchdown.
1,300 yards this year as a freshman. He's just a sophomore, but as a freshman, he broke Milton Knox's freshman record. And if you know anything about Birmingham football, Milton Knox, that's Mount Rushmore right there.
And here is Hewitt once again. He's dragged down from behind by McKenzie, the 6'3 junior, first-year starter.
That's a nice play, but I got my eyes. I love those within the game matchups. I'm seeing Rodgers lined up over Peyton Waters right now. I'm curious if that's just going to be, hey, wherever he goes, our best guy against your best guy. I would love to see that just for the fun of it.
See, Deontay Littlejohn got the initial grab there. Littlejohn, 2 sacks and a pick 6 last week. High snap on 3rd and 1. Tisdale keeps it himself and finds nowhere to go. May have lost a half a yard there as he ran into Jake Boselli.
Yeah, cover 0. 9 guys in the box, manning up on every other Birmingham receiver. Everybody else in that box, stuffing the run right there. Are we going for it right here, Rashawn?
So 4th and a long one, call it 2.
Remember, Peyton Waters is their punter, I believe, correct? So if you see him in the backfield, could be a pooch, but he's not in the backfield.
Tisdale's got Fowles back there with him on 4th and 2 from their own 28.
Could be a hard count. No.
They're going to go on the ground to Fowles, and he picks up enough for the first down.
How gutsy was that? I thought the whole time it's going to be a pooch. It's going to be a, hard count. Trying to draw him off sides. That was inside your own 30. I got to say, I love that kind of football, though. I always say, high school football is fun. Just go for it every single time. Why not?
He needed 2. He picked up 8. It looked like Tisdale was trying to get that ball back out. A little bit of a wrestling match in the backfield between the 2 Patriots. Nonetheless, they pick up the first down. They send Waters in motion. He gets it on an end around. Waters tripped up at the 40 by Giorgiani. 3-yard pickup brings up a 2nd and 7. Jim Rose going for it.
Why not? Why not? Yeah,
that was quite the call there.
We've seen that a lot, right? We've talked to some coaches who don't believe in punting at all. Like, the math sometimes doesn't make sense to punt. If you have a net punt of 10 yards, why not go for it on 4th down?
Like the kids say, if the math ain't mathin'. Tisdale, they hand it off once again to Fowles, and he's pushed backwards after a short gain there.
Not as much room on this drive. Last time we saw guys kind of running through big spaces. Looks like, don't want to say it's an adjustment, but again, 8 guys in the box. Sometimes a 9th guy, a safety, kind of getting in there as well. Yeah, shooting gaps. Again, speed at the high school level can overcome size with speed, shooting gaps and filling holes. And we saw it last night with Serna kind of coming back against Grant, and right now Acalanes is doing it.
3rd and 5 from their own 42. Tisdale looking up top, reaching out and grabbing that one there is Jackson. A first down on a diving catch there from Devin Jackson.
That was full laid out Superman. Nice throw over the right shoulder, and you cannot do it better than that, Rashawn.
27 yards there.
Wow.
For the hero from last week.
got the wherewithal to go ahead and make sure the ball, sometimes refs see the ball on the ground, turned his body sideways, tucked that thing in there. That was so nice.
1st and 10, Waters, wide receiver screen. Waters looking for some space. Has it at the 10, 5, dives, end zone. Touchdown, Birmingham. Peyton Waters, 31 yards on the wide receiver screen.
How great is football? How great is ball? I love this game. Again, last night, a little bit of a pitcher's duel. Right now, Rashawn, we got home run derby. Both sides just throwing haymakers, lefts and rights. Peyton Waters, our best guy. Last drive was Trevor Rogers, their best guy. Big players stepping up big. I love it.
Way to run.
Point after is no good. So the first one missed by Balon since he took over the kicking duties 3 weeks ago. Nonetheless, Birmingham says, I'll see your wide receiver screen and I'll match you.
Yeah, I thought Rogers, because again, I have so much respect for his speed, was going to be able to track him down. Waters saying, hey, I can run a little bit too. Peyton will not run track this year. He's an early grad at the University of Washington. Last night, William Inge, Washington co-defensive coordinator, was at the game. I said he'd be at the game tonight. Today, again, watching Peyton Waters.
So that missed extra point. You've seen how these things can go sometimes.
Those always come back to get you, right? Those extra points, and then you have to maybe go for 2 later, and you miss that. You're kind of chasing that extra point now, so.
First one missed by Balon. He had made his first 11.
Yeah, Coach Rose said he was comfortable with the extra points. He was nervous about the kickoffs because he knows those 2 guys that are back deep for Acalanes, Keener and Rogers, can go. He said if they go hope the kick may not go anywhere near either of those 2 guys.
It's a little pooch kick coming up, and catching on the run is Rogers. And Rogers chased down from behind. Eddie Plaza there on the special teams as we throw it down to Timothy.
Well, we saw Peyton Waters make that touchdown reception right there. He is heading to Washington, as you guys have mentioned, but he's actually leaving school a semester early so they can get up there and get with Washington, with the Huskies, and prepare with them for spring football. So he's leaving school after this semester and heading up to Washington, guys.
Thank you, Timothy. You're going to be an early grad. I've always been amazed by the early grads. Here's White getting the carry, and he runs right into Plaza. Not much doing there, maybe a yard.
College coaches love it, and they want those guys. Even during that COVID year where players out here could have played spring football, the college coaches said, hey, we want you up here training with us, weight training, nutrition program, learn our playbook. If they had their way, they'd have every single player a mid-year grad.
It's interesting to me just how the player can do it from an academic standpoint.
Yeah.
Of course, Washington making the transition to the Big Ten next season.
It's going to be weird for me.
Bailey pumps, gets away from pressure, turns the corner. 30 is stiff for him before being pushed out of bounds. So able to pick up a couple there is the southpaw.
Bailey, he can run a little bit. 12 touchdowns on the year. I love the way lefties do anything, throwing it or golf, bowling. They just always look smooth.
They actually mark them out back at the original line of scrimmage. So no gain there for Sully Bailey. Ball at the 33 of the Dons. 3rd and 9. Pressure coming. Bailey looking left, throwing that way, going down to get it is Rogers. Is it a catch? It is.
Right at the marker.
And they needed 9. He got 9. And it's a first down for Acalanes.
Yeah, again, Rogers so smart, so crafty. Ran past the marker. Then you come back, you still that first down. Nice throw, nice catch.
And quickly they go. They get it out in the flat to Nico White. White makes the first man miss, spins, or almost spun out of another one as he gets it across midfield. Carlos there to grab him around the ankles. But close to another first down.
I thought he got it. Are they giving it?
Yeah, they're going to give it to him now. So they'll move the sticks there as the Dons move into Birmingham territory.
I love the pace of their offense. I love that tempo they're playing with right now.
1st and 10 at the Birmingham 48. Souza goes in motion. They deliver it out to Rogers on that side, but quickly Harris is there on the stop. Pick up a 4. Second down coming up.
Yeah, those quick outs, you saw that the snap took Sully to his kind of his right side of his body. That needs to be on the left side, gets the ball. That play's got to be boom, boom. You have a little bit of a delay. That corner safety can jump that a little bit. Still a 4-yard gain, but that's why it wasn't a bigger gain.
2nd and 7. They go to the ground. Jack Miller getting the carry. The senior tailback. Plaza there on the stop. Miller getting his first carry of the game.
I like that because he came in with 666 yards. I said, Coach, we get him a carry. Get off that 666 number.
He waited a little bit.
Now I feel better about it.
He waited a little bit, though. He did. He got one there. 667 yards, and there's some movement up front.
One of the twins again?
Looks like one of the Tonga twins.
He's coming right out.
For the snap, encroachment on the defense in the neutral zone. 5 yards, first down.
I think it was Bo last time too, right?
So
Third
Nick
down.
going to come in and replace Bo.
Come on, Bo. That's a big boy right there, man. When you're 300 plus pounds, your momentum starts to carry you. You're not able to get yourself set again.
So hard to stop that train. There's White once again, and this time they get him behind the line of scrimmage. Nice pursuit there by Jamar Adams.
Again, White had to reach back for that ball, right? On those wide receiver screens, you want to get their momentum going forward. He has to go back about 1.5 yards by the time he got it. Defender right in his face.
So far, we haven't seen a lot or much of anything really downfield. We saw a little comeback from Rogers. But everything's been kind of just short.
He looked deep one time on the scramble. He looked deep, and I was watching Birmingham. They had their safety playing, I think it was Waters playing way, way, way back.
So here's a 4th down, 4th and 4. Bailey takes the snap, steps up, going to tuck it and run. He spins. I don't think he got it.
Oh, and I thought
he got tripped up.
There was a lot of running where he didn't get tripped up, man. He's still running right now. That was an unbelievable play. I believe that was Nick Tonga.
It was the other Tonga twin. Absolutely. Nick, the slimmer of the two. Only 284.
Only 285. Like, that thing opened up, and he is gone right there. Yeah, if you're 285 and you get a hand on you, it feels like that's more than a hand. That's a great play by Nick.
To be so nimble. So agile.
Nimble and quick.
At that size. Tonga, a senior. Defensive lineman for the Patriots. So Birmingham will take over. Up 13-7 here. They'll have it 1st and 10 from their own 39. They toss it back to Hewitt. Hewitt a crease. Second level. Oh, he lowered his shoulder. Finishing the run strong there is Ronell Hewitt.
Yeah, I thought Hewitt might try to make a move, try to make a guy miss. That was the last. He's like, I'm not going to make a guy miss. I'm going to run right over him right now.
15 yards and a first down. And that'll take us to the end of the first quarter. Birmingham up 13-7 and looking for more. It's the Division III AA state championship. Welcome back to Saddleback College. Start of the second quarter. Birmingham with the ball and the lead, up 13-7. Located in the San Fernando Valley, Lake Balboa. They come out of the West Valley League, and the campus is known as a hotbed of sorts for Hollywood. They make a bunch of shows there. NCIS, Cold Case, The Office. Some music videos have been made there as well. I can appreciate that.
I'm a little distressed right now, Rashawn. Got breaking news. My boy Shohei Ohtani going to the Dodgers. Come on. How do you call a game when this is disaster is going on as an Angels fan? Okay, I'm back. We're back to watching Birmingham and a very good Acalanes.
Well, I mean, yesterday he was in Toronto, so we don't know that this is true. Here is Hewitt coming off the left side. Hewitt lowering his shoulder there as he got just shy of the 40-yard line. Picks up 4 there. Morrow there on the stop.
Yeah, Hewitt's a 200-pound sophomore with a lot of upside, man. He's got some potential for sure.
He's the Thunder, and Fowles is the Lightning.
Yeah.
He's got the shakes.
We saw that first touchdown run, man. He had all kinds of shake and wiggle. I like his running style. I like both those two backs.
Got a 2nd and 6 now from the Dons 42, and it looks like this one is going to go against Birmingham as well.
Having illegal forward on the offense, 5 yards, still 2nd down.
Chuck Hare, our referee today. Joshua Alton, the umpire. David Collins, the head linesman. Jamel Brown, the line judge. Matt Rascone, the side judge. Andy Brewer, the field judge. And Corey McManam, the back judge. An all-star crew for this one. You see the movement there up front. They go with the flip. Little toss play there, picks up about 3.
Yeah, made one guy miss in the backfield. He could have been about a 3-yard loss. Instead, it's a positive run.
Hewitt once again there on the carry. Look at his numbers on the season entering today. He's a load.
That'll work.
They missed him last week, but Fowles more than stepped up admirably. 148 yards on the ground for Fowles last week, 27 carries.
So 3rd and 6, I think we've already seen that it's going to be 4-down territory just about anywhere on the field, depending on probably the time and the score.
Got a new quarterback, Javen Hall in there, the senior. Provides a little bit of athleticism back there in the backfield. He'll throw it, too, on the run. Finds a man in the slot, and it's Morales, the tight end.
How about that? You bring in your backup running quarterback, probably expecting some type of maybe a zone read call. Instead, he rolls out and throws an absolute dart for a 1st down.
Hall's thrown 5 touchdowns, 2 interceptions on the year. He went 3 for 7 last week. Actually came in and played an entire drive. Rose not afraid to use his backup quarterback in situations for whole drives or even coming in a drive like he has on this one. Climbs under center now. They hand it off foul straight ahead.
Yeah, this is what Birmingham does. So, again, if you're watching at home, you're probably going, why would you pull your starting quarterback who's 27-0 touchdown-interception ratio? He's playing well because this is part of their offense. They do it all the time. If we do something all the time, it's like Mitch Viejo last night, rotating 2 quarterbacks. People would say you can't rotate 2 quarterbacks every single series. If you've done it all season long, yeah, it works. Players works for the coaches.
2nd and 9. Ball at the Acalanes 30-yard line. They go to the ground. Hewitt stopped in the backfield. Giorgiani coming from his linebacker spot. 2nd leading tackler on this team. Coach Burnsit said he feels the hole well, and you see there.
That was perfect. Read it, saw the opening, filled gap, perfect form tackle for loss. Exactly how you coach it up. Jack Giorgiani.
He had 11 tackles last week. This was a Acalanes defense that spent 41 minutes on the field last week. There was a huge disparity in time of possession.
I always felt like that was an overrated stat, though. If you score quickly and takes them 8 minutes to score, I'll take the quick score every time.
3rd and 11. Hall looking. Buying time. Hall, a skip. And loses it out of bounds. He may have gotten back to the 30. Giorgiani knocked him out of bounds there, and there's a player down. Looks like that is Giorgiani, the Don's linebacker.
He wanted Waters. Waters was triple covered, running a little skinny post, and he didn't have really any other receivers that were in that route, at least that were working to get open. So he had no other course of action to try to run it. Not much there.
So they're taking a look there at Jack Giorgiani, 5'11", 190-pound senior. 103 tackles on the year coming into today. C. Floyd Burns said, looking on as his linebacker gets attended to. And we'll be right back. Welcome back. Second quarter action. Got a 4th and 9 here for Birmingham at the Acalanes 30. Hall under pressure. He threw that one just off target, looking for Morales. Falls incomplete. So both these teams now have traded failed 4th down conversions.
Yeah, he had him open. Wasn't able to really get his feet set in the pocket. Was kind of collapsing. Had to make a quick throw. Little off balance, off platform throw. That's a huge defensive stand for Acalanes because you don't want to go down 2 scores in this game. The way both teams are moving the ball, that was a big time defensive stand right there.
So the Dons will get it back, 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line. Bailey in there at quarterback. The lefty steps up, nowhere to go. Wrapped up by Bailon, the defensive end / kicker.
Bailon. Yeah, if you notice, obviously with a lot of lefties, if they ever get flushed, they always kind of want to move to their left, right? So if you're Birmingham, you want to maybe push them back to the right side. Nice job by Bailon.
Loss of 5, 4.5 sacks now on the season for the sophomore defensive end. Second and 15 from their own 25-yard line. Bailey, pressure coming in his face, finds White over the middle. White 30-yard line. Nearly upended by Water, stays on his feet, couldn't tiptoe the sideline, however.
Man.
Oh, he had some green in front of him.
I was coming out of my mouth, like, what an great open field tackle by, and then he stayed on his feet, and he goes down that sideline. God, we don't talk enough about how well White can run. You want to wrap up.
And he steps
Just
out
right there.
So it ends up being just a pickup of 11, 3rd and 4 now. They send Souza in motion. Bailey checks over to the sideline for the play. He's got 3 wide receivers to his left. Looking that way, and that one deflected and caught by the big fella, Brady Morrow.
That was amazing.
Big man reception.
That was an amazing play. Ball's batted down. I lost track of it. Then I saw big man Moore running with it for a first down.
They go quickly here. Back to the ground, and Miller picks up a couple. How did he do this? Blocking. That one tipped right into his hands. Wow.
That's being alert. That's a football player right there.
There's a fantastic play by Morales to get a hand on that one and fell right into the lap there of Morrow. White on the toss.
Nice defense. Nice job by Birmingham. Stretching that play out, running the football.
13-7 our score.
Like Acalanes has kind of slowed down the tempo just a little bit this drive.
That stiff arm there by White. Nice tackle made by Harris Jr.
Harris is nice.
Under 6.5 left before intermission.
Harris is an 11-1 100-meter guy as a freshman.
Ball at their own 44-yard line. 3rd and 7. Bailey steps up, looking downfield, jump ball. Rogers was there, couldn't haul it in. Harris on the coverage.
And I love that matchup right there. Harris, Rogers, nice ball. Again, I love the way the ball comes out of lefty's hands. Look at that, just smooth, tight ball, spins it. Rogers going up. Just missed it, almost got it down there. Great coverage. Didn't get in there early, didn't grab him, didn't try to pull jersey. Sully took a shot.
So we're going to have Bailey in there in a punt formation.
Yeah, after the offense scored on their first, I want to say their first 3 possessions for both sides. And we've had 3 straight holds.
Waters back to receive it. Not going to be able to touch it as it takes a Birmingham bounce to the 30. Make sure you stay with us right here after the game on Spectrum News 1 on our sister network, Sportsnet LA. Coming up at 3:30 p.m., we'll have a matchup you won't want to miss between 2 of the top programs in the state, the Folsom Bulldogs and the St. Bonaventure Seraphs. Head-to-head for the Division 1A CIF State Championship Bowl. Our buddy Steve Quiss and Chris Ricks on deck.
Dream team right there, baby.
That's right.
Chris Ricks, I always say this, man. He was made to play quarterback today. Because he could run back in the day. Chris Ricks, 4'5", 40 guy, Florida State Seminole. I haven't asked Chris Ricks how he's handling this whole Florida State snub. Chris is such a mild-mannered guy. He probably just like, oh, you know, it's all right. I haven't seen Chris upset ever. He's got to be a little bit upset.
I would think I
don't want to digress too much, talk to college football playoff, but
he would have picked up 8 on the first down carry. They go back to him again, up the gut.
Yeah, right between the tackles.
That's enough for a first down. As Tisdale is back in there at quarterback. Pickup of 4 moves the sticks up to the 42-yard line.
And Tisdale throws a really nice ball. I've seen him at multiple camps, whether it be Elite 11, Throwdown, Showdown camp. Man, mechanically, he's really, really pure with his drop, the ball placement. The ball comes out clean. Really nice follow through. I mean, it's teaching tape the way he throws it.
3 wide for Tisdale. 6'1", 190-pound junior quarterback. Has made a tremendous leap from his sophomore season. That time can't escape the pressure.
And that's the one thing I would love to see him improve upon between now and next year. Quarterbacks always make big jumps between junior and senior year. Just a little bit better pocket mobility, right? Not much he could do, but right there, you got to try to take off. Pocket was closing quickly. But in terms of athleticism, I think nowadays everyone wants a quarterback that has the ability to kind of make plays off script, outside the pocket, make 2 or 3 guys miss. We saw it last night with C.J. Saran about 20 times, right?
Dylan Murphy there on the sack.
I'm just watching Rogers versus Waters. It's a little one-on-one matchup, game within the game.
Fouls made a nice job making the man miss in the backfield before running into Malmquist. Colin Malmquist, leading tackler for this team, had 16 tackles last week.
Goodness.
Glass led the team with 17. They were on the field a lot. There were a lot of tackles to be had last week in the NorCal championship game.
Yeah, Foles has great vision and balance. That first guy never takes him down. This guy's I always say with running backs, it's so much instinct and feel. You can't coach some guys just to be able to feel where a guy's coming from and make a miss.
3rd and 6. Play action on the run. Tisdale, nice snag. Waters snatching it out of the Mission Viejo sky. First down inside of Acalanes territory.
And Tisdale can do that. I talked about his mobility. On those design rollouts, he is able to roll out right or left. Makes a nice throw. And again, Waters on Rogers. Fun matchup right there.
Ball at the Don's 45-yard line.
It's a big-time throw.
Where is Waters next year? Is he a safety?
Safety.
Next year?
Yep.
At Washington?
At UW. He could play receiver, but that's they recruited him as
Tisdale,
as a safety.
Under pressure, gets rid of it out of bounds.
Smart.
Smartly there. Heavy pressure in the backfield from Aiden Yates.
Yeah, Waters took trips to Utah, UCLA, one of the Arizona schools, Washington, Stanford. They all want him as a safety. So it's interesting. I think just his body.
6'3", 175.
He's going to make a huge jump physically when he gets into a college weight program. And I always mention that in the nutrition program these colleges have now. He'll put on 15 pounds, improve athleticism. He should be a really good safety. I love his upside.
2nd and 10 from the Acalanes 44. Morales in motion. Tisdale pumps in the slot, caught Waters. First down and more inside the 30-yard line and down at the 27.
Yeah,
Pickup of 17.
That was not Rogers on Waters. That was a little bit of the zone, soft zone. Waters found a huge opening. Again, you see the way Tisdale, when he has time, it can just off his back foot, just rip the football in there.
Under 3 to play before intermission. Birmingham trying to make this a 2-possession lead. They pull it out, and Morales, once again, that one thrown a little bit behind him.
A little bit behind, but man, Morales can make that catch. Again, it wasn't a perfect throw, but Morales, he can make that catch right there. It would have been a nice catch.
Had a touchdown reception last week against Del Norte.
You see quarterbacks practicing that. Just get the snap right away and just boom. Mahomes, just little 3-quarter sidearm, get the ball as quick as you can.
2nd and 10, 2:45 left before halftime. Hewitt, right side, a stiff arm. Hewitt space, 20-yard line, and tripped up just shy of the 10.
That is a strong kid right there, Hewitt.
Glass maybe saving a touchdown there for Acalanes.
That is
15
how you finish.
yards on the pickup.
That's how you finish a run. Again, nice vision, bounces it outside, and then look at him looking for contact.
And Tisdale keeps it himself as Glass comes up again to make another tackle. Pickup of 4 there on the scramble by the quarterback.
Now you're seeing Birmingham, I feel like, a little up-tempo, right? Kind of getting that pace going, that big offensive line. Once you kind of get a feel for a drive and you start to see, hey, we got some stuff going on, play a little bit quicker, don't let that defense sub, and if you can start to wear them down with that big offensive line up front, take it.
Here's Tisdale, slot caught there by Adams inside the 5.
Take that.
And that's close to a first down.
They can get a first down like about the 2-yard line. And I love the way he throws it. Nice job there. Sometimes you see guys in the zone, they literally run themselves out of being open.
Fouls.
Adams settled, catch up the field.
Fouls comes out as Hewitt returns for Birmingham. 3rd down and 1. Ball at the 3-yard line. Play fake. Tisdale in zone. Strike.
That was risky.
And a touchdown.
Touchdown.
Waters.
Risky.
Complete to Peyton Waters. That's good for a 3-yard.
Tisdale put some extra juice on that one, Rashawn. Boom. Plant, throw. Yeah, that's a nice ball. Baselli almost got in there. And he spins the heck out of the football. People always say, what's the big deal about spirals and spinning the football? And talk to any receiver. It's a lot easier to catch a ball that's spinning like that than a knuckleball thrown at you.
2nd touchdown this afternoon for Waters. Birmingham going to go for 2. They missed the extra point. Their last score. Waters under center, and a timeout comes. And it'll be taken by Birmingham. Their first charge timeout of the half.
Yeah, I always say sometimes it's risky, chasing that point. I know you kind of hate seeing that, lopsided 19 up there instead of 20, but sometimes you go for 2 too early in the game. If you don't get it, now you're chasing 2 points, and it kind of continues. Sometimes I always say, hey, just kick the extra point if you feel good about Big Balon, and then maybe late in the game, if it matters, then you need to go for 2, but we'll see. I'm not questioning Coach Rose. I love the way he coaches up this team. Just a philosophical view on going for 2 early versus late.
Talk about a coach's coach. Head coach of this football program in his 15th season. Just wrapped up his first year as the girls' flag football coach. And has merely won almost 400 games as the softball coach.
All he does is win. I love that. Coach's coach. It's got to be fun to coach your daughter. Girls flag football is getting big. It's getting huge, right? Every high school now has it. I'm waiting for colleges to maybe have a college program giving out scholarships. And
so they come out of the timeout. I formation. They send Waters in motion. Tisdale under center. Handoff. Hewitt has a crease and finds the end zone for 2.
Like I said, go for 2. Why not? I always say that, right?
I mean, you nailed it.
I love I formation. That's like, again, old school football, man. Fullback in front of you, follow him, get in the end zone. Really nice job. And Coach Rose saying, hey, GB, shut up. I got this.
So that makes it a 2-possession lead here for Birmingham. Peyton Waters having himself an afternoon, GB.
I mean, he's been the star of the game, right? Both squads have dudes at those skill positions, and Waters has been the guy so far making the big plays, the big kickoff return, the touchdown catch right here. Setting up, there's the touchdown catch, but he's made some plays. Whether he's being covered up in man or whether it's his zone coverage, he's such a smart kid, too. Talk to him. I love talking ball with young kids, kind of see what's in their head, that high football IQ, and loves to compete.
So 1:15 left for the Dons. This is a team that can score quickly, so plenty of time for them.
Plenty of time.
Also have all of their timeouts remaining.
And they get the ball.
They get the ball to start the second half as well. So that 2-for situation you like to talk about so much, GB, is this little pooch kick that goes out of bounds.
Balon's been doing a nice job on kickoff so far. I don't think Acalanes has made it past the 30, 31-yard line. Again, they have those 2 explosive kick returners. That time out of bounds, it's going to be a flag. They're going to start off. They're going to re-kick it.
trying to keep it away from Rogers and Keener.
Yeah.
Keener had a kickoff return for a touchdown in the North Coast section win against San Marin. Coach Crunch said, described it as the San Marin had a great kicker, always boots it in the back of the end zone, but the one time he slipped up 2 yards shy or 3 yards shy of the end zone, Keener was there, and it was a house call.
You see that a lot, honestly, Rashawn, because I think when you have a kicker who consistently does that, your coverage team kind of almost relaxes, right? And then you expect the ball to be in the end zone, and then when the ball doesn't go in the end zone, they've kind of relaxed, and all of a sudden you see a guy like Keener who can absolutely fly, takes it to the house.
So this time, Bailon from the 35-yard line. Got some last-minute instructions there from Harris. You got 5 and 19 and White clamoring for an opportunity. It dribbles and going to be taken on a hop by Keener. Explosive. Keener showing that speed and tripped up at the 40. Nice stop there by Edric Noah. 23 yards on the return.
It just feels like he's always just a hair away, right? When you can run like that, and I remember a couple years ago or something, I think we did a Bosco game when it was Rayshon speed look. You always just expect that he's just a hair away.
Yeah, you got a nickname like Speed. You got to deliver, right?
We're talking about a guy who ran a 10.56 as a sophomore. That wasn't even this past year. So it's exciting to see what those two kids, him and Rogers, can run. And again, I'm a big track guy. They're 4x1 relay team. Finished second in the state last year. I don't know anybody else who has two guys like that coming back.
Yeah, both Rogers and Keener are part of that team. Timeout taken by Birmingham. Patriots have just one left before intermission. 1:09 left in this second quarter.
Yeah, I asked
See
Rogers
how Birmingham got here.
I asked Rogers if he's an early grad. He said, no, the school doesn't allow it. They have a couple classes that they have to take as seniors. So he's coming back to do track, and he was kind of pumped up for it.
He's headed to Cal, is Rogers. Let's take a look at the road to getting here for Birmingham. They were the Open Division champs for the 4th straight year, knocking off Garfield in the championship. They've owned the city section. That's not 42 straight wins against city section opponents. In the regional, took a little bit more work to get past Del Norte. It was a miracle catch on a tip by Devin Jackson as Birmingham walked it off down in San Diego.
And that word miracle is thrown around too much, but that is a miracle. That's like once in 1,000 you see that last play of the game, tip ball, touchdown, deflection.
1st and 10. And Bailey delivers to Giorgiani. Good to see him back in there. He got banged up a little bit on defense. Picked up 3. Noah makes the stop.
Yeah, 3 timeouts for Acalanes. They got plenty of time. They got timeouts. They're efficient. Out of bounds there.
Looks to the sideline for Rogers there, falling out of bounds on his wallet. Enough for the first down, as he picked up 8 and into Birmingham territory.
Yeah, that was quick, right? They got in territory really quick. Birmingham was playing a little bit softer. I don't want to use the dreaded P word, prevent, but they are giving up some space. And now you kind of see a little bit of an adjustment there with Foles pressing coverage on Rogers.
At the Birmingham 46. Bailey takes the snap on first down. Giorgiani out of the backfield at the 40 and pushed out of bounds around the 30-yard line. Another first down.
I like that play. I like the play call kind of set up by the play before. That time you saw Rogers take 2 defenders with him deep. Little soft spot right there. Throw it underneath and another big pickup.
They get 16 there. And it's now 1st and 10 at the 30. So this is huge. Remember, Acalanes gets the ball to start the second half. Sully Bailey, 31 touchdown passes on the year. They send White in motion. Pressure coming. Bailey rolls away from it, throws it off the hands there of White.
Yeah, White wants that one back. That's, again, a nice throw. Lefties, for whatever reason, it's always been harder for a lefty to go rolling right than it is for your typical righty to roll left. But that's a nice ball by Sully. Puts it right there. That's where a receiver wants the ball. They don't want you to say, hey, him and the numbers. Receivers don't want it, the numbers. It's kind of too tight. They want it out above their head. They can reach out for it just like that. That's a catch that White will make 9 out of 10 times.
So a 2nd and 10 at the 30. Don's down by 14 here. White in motion. Pressure coming up the middle. They set up the wide receiver screen, looking for Rodgers there, and that one thrown just a little bit behind him.
He might have heard Morales. He might have heard a little bit of, again, that's a nice job by Birmingham. They recognize right away, hey, these guys aren't blocking me. I better drop, right? You see them kind of start to come, and they kind of backed off just a little bit behind him. But again, I don't know how far that play was going to go because Morales, you can't see him in the picture, but he's right there. He would have had a clean kill shot, as we call it.
Similar to the play they scored the touchdown on earlier today. Birmingham takes its last time out of the half. 34 seconds left. Acalanes still has all 3. But the Patriots want to go over some things here defensively. The Dons, meanwhile, their road to getting here was a tough one in the North Coast Section Division 4 final. They had to knock off the defending champs, San Marine. They beat them 24-7, knocked off Escalon in the NorCal Championship a week ago. Escalon held the ball for 41 minutes, 17 seconds. Just 6 minutes, 43 seconds.
Jeez.
The Dons had the ball. And it was speed all over the place. Keener saying after the game, we're a track team, that's a football team. You like to strike fast, and they certainly did that a lot last week in being able to knock off Escalon. 49-14 the final in that one.
Strike hard, strike fast, no mercy, as Cobra Kai once said. Karate Kid, little reference right there.
So 3rd and 10, White in motion.
Oh, he jumped.
And more movement.
That's 54.
I think it is 54.
That'd be the hat trick.
What are you doing,
Before the
Coach?
snap, encroachment on the defense, 5 yards, still 3rd down.
He was walking towards the sideline, Bo Tunga was, but the coaching staff going to give him a little bit of grace here.
Bo is going to break his hand, smacking his helmet over and over to get on those offsides. A hat trick is good in hockey. Not so much in the first half, jumping offsides.
So much. You know, they keep track of those stats now in the NFL.
Look at those LA Kings. I just get that in there real quick. Okay, back to football.
3rd and 5 now, 34 seconds left. Bailey looking far side, caught there, Keener. And Harris pushes him out of bounds, but it's going to be enough for a 1st down.
And the clock is now, I think, even though you have 3 timeouts, 28 seconds left. Really nice drive, though, by Acalanes. Haven't really felt like they were stressed at all on this drive. Everything came pretty easily for them. Got the big kickoff return and then kind of chunk inside the red zone.
Well, hold on 1 second. There's got to be a clock issue here. They set the clock in motion, but it appeared the receiver got out of bounds.
Put 28 seconds on the clock. We'll start on the snap.
So they reset it to 28 seconds.
Coach Burnson said, who's running this clock right now?
Yeah, nice job there by our officiating staff to get on one accord. This all-star crew led by Chuck Hare, the referee. Ball at the 19, 1st and 10. Bailey looking, end zone, diving, and unable to get there is White.
Little bit of separation. Would have needed to be a perfect throw. But from up here, we have a great view. Saddleback Stadium is unbelievable. I thought he had him. I thought I was going to hear the fight song.
Adams there on the coverage.
Go, go, go.
About a yard, half a yard, but that's a ball that those 2 guys can make.
So a 2nd and 10. Bailey, 2 receivers to each side. Over the middle, caught there by Souza, his first grab today. And he's wrestled down at the 15, so Acalanes will use his first timeout.
I think there's a flag. I think I heard people yelling for a horse collar. I'm not sure if that's what the flag was.
There's a flag back in the backfield.
If it's in the backfield, I don't know if it's the horse collar, but is it going to be, that's typically where you see a hold or a late hit on the quarterback.
Personal foul, roughing the passer on the defense, half the distance to the goal, 1st down.
Who was the culprit? We want to show who the culprit was. I know the high school kids, you got to protect them a little bit.
So that's going to be a first down.
I'm not going to name names, but I saw a certain player kind of protesting, and it was a rough half. If it was who I saw protesting, and we'll leave it at that.
So they move it half the distance. That'll mark it at the 7-yard line. So first and goal. 21-7. Birmingham with the lead. Acalanes trying to knife into it. Bailey on the keeper. And Morales gets to him at about the 5.
Nice play.
So a timeout by the Dons. This will be their first timeout. Didn't have to take one in the last play because of the penalty. So they have 2 timeouts left.
You can run anything with 2 timeouts left. 14 seconds left, but you can literally run the ball if you wanted to. You can have to throw the ball towards the sidelines or even in the end zone. All kinds of options right now.
We've seen them go with the wide receiver screen to get in the end zone the first time.
Those are hard to do inside the 10, inside the 5, but I would look for Rodgers. Again, he's 6'3". Not a huge fan of the end zone fade at any level, but we have a guy like that who's really good at football. Maybe that's the exception. High school players, sometimes the gap between them and everybody else is so great that go ahead and throw that fade. Not a high percentage throw unless you have a Randy Moss, Calvin Johnson. Rodgers is special, though. So if Waters is covering him up, maybe I look somewhere else. Keener hasn't been as involved, right? We saw him on the end around, and he can go. So a lot of options.
With 2 timeouts, you can also run it here. That's not out of the possibility. You see Bailey's numbers today.
The last play I thought was open with the little zone read there. I saw some gaps. So maybe run that same play. Quarterback keeps it this time. In 14 seconds left, you got time.
Put White in motion. Bailey rolling to his right. Pumps. Now going to come back near side. Bailey with the room. Lowers his shoulder and he's tackled shy of the goal line. And a timeout taken by the Dons with 6 seconds left. That was Plaza to meet the quarterback at about the 1-yard line.
Tell you what, that was a big time hit and tackle because Sully had momentum. He was coming in, and I thought he was going to be able to just power right through into the end zone, but nice job. You saw 2 Birmingham players.
Yeah, that was Noah there as well.
Yeah, Plaza and Noah both stopped about a yard short, and this might be our final play. I don't get 6 seconds unless you go something, a quick hitter, but if there's any type of rollout or any type of quarterback having to scramble around, this could be the final play.
Their kicker, Santi Vignoles, just a sophomore, has not attempted a field goal this season. Only extra points. Rodgers has attempted 2, his longest from 39.
And this is shorter than an extra point. So, but at 6 seconds, you do have enough time to run the football, right? Usually they say if you're running the 1-yard line, if you don't get in, that's about 3-4 second runoff. You still can call your timeout with 2 seconds left. So you can run your whole playbook right now still.
Coach Burns,
I wouldn't call a sweep to the right side of the field, but if you want to go right up the gut, you got time.
Bailey, the handoff is short. The timeout comes in. Bailon making the stop as Miller couldn't find the end zone.
And that's a huge defensive stand because, again, Acalanes, they spread them out, right? And they try to go right between the tackles. And you know who made that play? Was big number 54, Bo Tonga. We've called his name a few times, but he took his guard and just threw him in the backfield.
Space eater.
Other guys kind of rallied and made that tackle, but good for Bo Tonga. I'm always rooting for kids, which I was hoping that he would come back and make a play. And like I said, he didn't make the tackle, but he kind of made the play.
Plaza had help there from Christian Flowers. So now 4th and goal. Do you elect to go for some points here? Down by 14, 3 ticks left.
I go for the touchdown, 1,000%. Yeah, the way Birmingham's scoring, typically you can't answer touchdowns with field goals. So you got to go for it. You're down 2. You get the ball back. You're at the half-yard line. Again, I wouldn't be opposed to that same exact play call. Spread them out a little bit and see if you can run right between them, or you want to roll your quarterback out. You want to look for Rodgers. Lots of options, but this will obviously be the final play of the half.
Ball inside the 1.
Shotgun on the 1 yard line. Some OCs, old school OCs, hate that, but
Giorgiani right side. Did he
get in?
He did.
That was close. They gave it to him. That was close, though. Made him work for it.
So as time expires here on this first half, Acalanes finds the end zone for the second time today.
Yeah, Birmingham definitely tightened up those last 3 or 4 plays, but he's in. Broke the plane. That's all you got to do. Nice job by Plaza just getting in there. We've called his name a few times.
So here's the sophomore, Vignolis. High snap. The kick is up, and it is through. So the Dons get to within 7 here as they head into the locker room.
Fun half. Good half.
21-14 our scores. You see the contingent from Lafayette, California, cheering on its squad. Send it down now to Timothy.
I'm with Coach Jim Rose. Talk to me about that last touchdown. How big of a difference are you feeling heading into the locker room up 7 instead of 14?
7 points different. You know, hey, it was great. Hey, we had a good goal line stand. They just happened to get in on the last down. I mean, we played good D there, except for a couple penalties.
Still, you've controlled the time of possession. You had the ball 60% of the time in this first half. What's going right?
That's what we wanted to do. That was the game plan, so hopefully we can keep that up in the second half.
Good luck. See you in the second half.
Thank you, Timothy. Thanks to Coach Rose for stopping. 14-7, big difference. Instead of it being a 2-possession game, just 1 for the Patriots, but they have the lead at the half.
high school sports, one of the things that makes being in California so great.
Athletics, both character, teamwork, physical fitness.
Some of the college scholars qualify for the Olympics.
But sometimes the behavior in the stands can overshadow our achievements on the field.
I love it when my parents show up for me.
But being good for physical play is crushing.
Parents who lose their minds when we don't score aren't helping. And remember that refs are people too.
Trying their best to call it fair and correct, even if they don't know.
Seeing people, being irritated, it makes you not want to play. Like, you just want to just sit on the sidelines and cry. Like, it's not fun. No one can feel insisted for a team. Because of their race and being important.
Hey, it's not a fault of swearing. Anger. Thank you for being part of the team. Thank you for being part of the team.
Somebody. sucks. So, but when you get out, you feel amazing. Like you feel alive.
That sounds the opposite of fun.
Sometimes you got to suck it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
That sounds like
Like doing gassers for these guys.
That sounds like I want to go back to bed. No, I didn't hear anybody say anything. I got you now, yeah.
Freaking Otani.
All right, what's the traffic here? Score on camera, highlight stats.
Score on camera, highlight stats. If Birmingham gives up a touchdown and they're tied up, do we think he would prefer being up 7 or being tied? Should we discuss that?
20 seconds.
Halftime at Saddleback College. Birmingham on top of Acalanes 21-14. As we welcome you back inside our broadcast booth along with Greg Biggins. I'm Rashawn Haylock. That touchdown going into the locker room in intermission for Acalanes, huge as it cuts into just a one possession game.
Yeah, no, and it felt like Birmingham had control of the game, and all of a sudden you look at the scoreboard, it's a 7-point game, and they get the ball back, chance to tie it. So if you're Birmingham, probably a little frustrated. If you're Acalanes, you feel really good right now.
2 touchdowns scored within the first 4 minutes, 3 seconds of this one. Let's show you how we got here. Birmingham got the opening kickoff, and here's Drayden Fowles.
That was one of my favorite runs of the first half. You saw him just bobbing and weaving, showing that wiggle and balance. Really nice touchdown run for Birmingham.
And then Acalanes comes right back with the answer.
Trevor Rogers, that's a grown man right there, Rashawn. He's 6'3". I give him 190. He can run. He's got size, strength, speed, and power.
This part of the highlights brought to you by Peyton Waters.
Not a bad little player as well. Peyton Waters going to UW, college football playoff. Another guy, underrated athleticism, high football IQ, very smart, just does everything well.
Yeah, 2 touchdown receptions for him in the first half. And then this the score as time expired in the first half. Jack Giorgiani, a 1-yard run to get the Dons within 7 points. First half stats.
Yeah, nearly a great goal line stand there by Birmingham. Kind of even, right? Look at the first downs, third down conversions, total yards, obviously. It's going to favor Birmingham. I feel like they had more possessions. But overall, a pretty good job by both teams. Rushing yards clearly favored Birmingham. That's kind of how they play. Ground control, whereas Acalanes is more of a big play, down the field type of team. Although, not many shots down the field. Nice shot by Birmingham secondary to kind of eliminate those.
Penalties, 6 for Birmingham, 0 for Acalanes. We'll see how that plays itself in the second half. Kickoff, second half, the Division III AA Championship next. Third quarter just about to get underway. Birmingham on top by 7, and we'll send it down to Timothy, who caught up with the head coach of the Dons, Floyd
Coach,
Burson.
what was your message to the team, especially after getting that late touchdown in the first half?
Yeah, that last touchdown was huge for us to get us back in the game, and we received the opening kickoff. So the big series now is to take the ball down and score and get back even with them.
Defensively, what can you do to keep Birmingham out of the end zone?
That's a tall task. I mean, we just got to tackle better. They're doing a great job of inside run game. They're very big up front. So they're kind of moving our guys out of the way. So we just got to try to commit more guys to the run.
Thanks, Coach. Rashawn?
Thank you, Timothy. Commit more guys to the run.
Let's do that. Let's commit them all to the run. But Birmingham does have 2 or 3 guys that can go on the outside. Waters is a guy we've talked a lot about, but
Jackson's been a little underused throughout the course of the season, but he can make plays. His last 2 catches were just a tip reception to get them here, and then he had that nice diving grab earlier in the first half as well.
Yeah, I mean, how about you go to him at least like 9 or 10 times this happens, see what happens. That's my strategy for Birmingham. If they load that box, let's go to the guy who got us here.
The front four, the front four of Birmingham, a huge concern for Acalanes coming in. And how do you think they've been able to handle them?
I mean, I don't remember a lot of sacks, but I feel like that front four did a nice job stopping the run between the tackles. I think a lot of things that Acalanes got in terms of the running game or basically the offense was a lot of misdirection, a lot of outside the tackle box, getting those guys in space. Anything run between those tackles, very, very tough sledding. They got those big 2 huge twins, Bo and Nick Tonga. The rest of that line is pretty big too. Andy Balin and Minor Morales had a nice half.
This one taken off a hop and falling there's Giorgiani. So not much of a return.
Yeah, I think 35-yard line with your defensive end as your kicker. That's kind of been the starting line or starting position for Acalanes on those 4 kickoffs. That's not bad. I think Birmingham coach Rose was a little concerned, having a defensive end with doing the kickoffs, but the kickoff coverage has been really good so far.
This is a bigger possession for the Acalanes offense or the Birmingham defense?
I'd say both. Obviously Acalanes, they got to score, tie the game up, and all of a sudden now you feel really good.
1st and 10 from their own 35. That one zipped in there. Was that caught? That was complete. To Nico White, 4-yard pickup there. Ball had a little bit of heat on it.
I thought that was going to Minor Morales, number 9 for Birmingham. That was kind of like right underneath his arm. He's already batted 1 ball down.
Yeah, but it went right to an offensive lineman, Morrow. 2nd and 6. 40-yard line of Acalanes. 4 White, 4 Bailey. Sends White in motion, and another infraction here. This is going to be penalty number 7 for Birmingham. That time, it was not.
Encroachment on the defense. Be 5 yards, still 2nd down.
That time, not Bolton.
He just hopped right in. Morales just kind of hopped right into the neutral zone. That was just, again, not really disciplined. I don't know if he got distracted by the man in motion, but that's at least, of those 7 penalties, at least 4 of them are offsides.
7 penalties, 37 yards for Birmingham. Acalanes yet to commit an infraction. Miller picks up 1. Morales there for the tackle.
Yeah, not much between the tackles, but I get it. You kind of have to at least show that, right? A lot of times you run plays or to set something else up. So you have to at least show that you're willing to run between the tackles. Then you can maybe get something, maybe fake that handoff and go wide, or even quarterback keeper, or you can do a lot of things off that play.
Trips to the bottom of the screen. Bailey looking one-on-one, far sides, got it, man! Diving is Rogers and could not complete the catch.
I was trying to help Rogers. My body language up here in the booth, I'm getting a little bit of a workout. But I was outstretched. I thought he was going to pull that one in. He had about half a yard of separation. He was pulling away late. He gets 2 hands on it. I think he was trying to cradle it. Ball hits it right there. That would have been a huge, huge play for Acalanes.
2nd and 10.
I like the deep shot, though.
Pressure coming. Bailey finds a man. Giorgiani coming out of the backfield. Breaks the tackle at the 40. And upended at the 45-yard line. Adams making the stop there after the pickup of 18.
We saw a similar play on their last drive of the first half. Deep shot, that time kind of opened up something underneath it. A lot of room to run, breaks the tackle, huge first down, huge pickup.
First down. Bailey, almost a one-hand grab there from Rogers. Ball thrown into traffic. Second down.
I kind of like the shots down the field, though. And that's you get single coverage on either of those two guys, Keener, Rogers.
They can fly.
I'm looking that way.
Both of them can fly. We've seen Keener's speed. That was probably the first time we saw Rogers' speed, straight line at least, and another infraction.
That was Nick.
That time it was Nick Tonga.
Before the snap, encroachment on the defense, 5 yards, still second down.
I would like for guys to be able to get back at this level.
Yeah?
Right?
Yeah, why not? Every other level you can. I don't have an issue with that.
There's no contact.
Less flags for me, I'm all about. Anything that we have less flags, I'm all about that.
Nonetheless, penalty number 8 for Birmingham.
Yeah, 6th offside.
2nd and 5 from the 30. Bailey. And that one hit White right between the numbers.
Such a nice play design, such a nice route, just easy drop. Sully, again, just timing, rhythm, throws it right there, and that's a first down drop.
Brings up a third down. No doubt 4-down territory here for the Dons. First possession of this half. Trying to even this thing up. Bailey, all kinds of time. Now pressure coming in the flat. Finds White, leaping catch. Oh, what a move. White on the sideline. Inside the 20 and pushed out of bounds there by Noah.
Yeah, one-on-one. It's so hard for a defensive back. You try to break down the best you can and not overcommit. You want to stay on your feet the best you can, but that's still hard when you got one-on-one. Guy gives you a little shake, a little wiggle, and you hit the ground.
12 yards there for White. 1st and 10 at the Birmingham 18-yard line. Just 90 seconds in to this second half. You see Bailey's numbers today. They go Giorgiani on the ground, right side, and Giorgiani hit from behind by Bailon right before getting to the 10-yard line.
Nice drive for Acalanes, picking up chunks.
Second down and 4. Ball at the 11. Approaching the 10-minute mark. Floyd Burnside looking on. Giorgiani runs right into all that massiveness in the middle of the Birmingham defensive line. There's Christian Flowers there. Actually give him 2 on the carry.
Yeah, I think we'll see that same play again, and next time I could see Bailey keeping it. Because that whole defensive line all went to the running back. Sully can kind of just yank that out. He's in the end zone.
3rd and 1. Ball at the 9-yard line. Giorgiani, the tailback. Bailey's got 4 wide receivers. 12th play of this drive. Bailey looking. End zone. Grabbed and caught in there by Souza. Touchdown, Acalanes.
Just like that, we have a tie game, extra point pending, and that's why I always make a big deal about ending the first half and then getting the kickoff to start the second half. It's almost like getting a turnover. 14-point swing, just like that. Nice catch, brings it in, one hand, great concentration, great football play.
Tipped it to himself. Nice snag there by Souza. His 9th touchdown reception of the season. Vignoles. Extra point is good. And we are all square. 21 apiece.
Just like that.
9:08 to play, 3rd quarter. Acalanes comes up with the equalizer.
Don't headbutt the aging camera guy.
I thought the back was there. I thought it was always there.
It's not the PR. It's 44.
Acalanes ties it up thanks to a Henry Souza 9-yard touchdown reception. An impressive drive for the Dons to start this second half as they pull even. This one tied up 21 apiece.
I get why they score 40 every game. That's a tough offense to deal with. There's so many options that they can do and kind of show a little bit of everything.
Waters waiting to receive this one. That one takes a skip in front of him and through the back of the end zone. Here's how that 12-play, 64-yard drive went for the Dons.
Yeah, big chunks, lots of big chunks, breaking tackles, a couple offsides mixed in, little shake and wiggle right there. They even had a couple of drops as well before that really nice one-handed touchdown grab, and Sousa's fired up.
Dons trailed by 14 in the first half. They scored a touchdown as time expired before intermission, and then got the opening kickoff of the second half and went down the field to tie this thing up. Here's Hewitt. Birmingham's first possession of the second half, and Hewitt not going anywhere, and perhaps this Dons defense starting to come alive. Let's check in now with Timothy.
Hey guys, I'm on the Birmingham sideline. Not a lot of energy like we saw in the first half. Guys are pretty down right now. They're being talking to, especially the defense, having a conversation with their defensive coordinator about their performance. But we'll see if the energy picks up over here. But guys, a little bit dejected after what's happened on that last touchdown drive.
And we all know, Timothy, momentum has no favorites. And right now, wearing the white of Acalanes. Here's Tisdale. Steps up. Tisdale over the middle. Caught. He's got Waters. His 5th catch of the afternoon. It's enough for a first down.
Yeah, really nice job by Tisdale right there. Call that pocket awareness, right? Just kind of being aware of his surroundings. Stepped up in the pocket just enough. Sees Peyton Waters wide open right there in that seam. And every quarterback you see nowadays always practices that little rolling to the left, a quick little off-platform throw. On the money. You actually see quarterbacks almost working on that more than just your straight drops.
18 yards there for Waters. Ball at the 38. They try to set up a screen to Hewitt. Made one man miss, but wrestled down from behind by Drew McKenzie.
A nice job of rallying to the ball by Acalanes. Just watching from up here, I thought that had something. I thought that might have a chance to break it, but you see 2, 3 guys all around the football there.
And that play went for no gain. So 2nd and 10 here for Birmingham. For this Patriots squad, you got to come up with some response here. It's been a while since this offense has been on the field. 2nd and 10. Tisdale hesitating over the middle. Oh, big shot taken there against Saucillo.
Why is that a flag?
And a flag is going to come in, and if so, it's going to be the first against Acalanes if this is in fact charged to the Dons. Saucillo slow to get up.
What are you supposed to do if you're the defensive back? And that flag was about a second
Personal
and a half.
foul on the defense, be 15 yards previous spot.
I felt like that flag came a little bit late, and as a defensive back, your job is to hit the guy so he doesn't catch the football. I didn't think it was dirty or chippy. I'm all about protecting kids, but at the same time, you can't hurt the integrity of the game.
So that penalty moves Birmingham into Acalanes territory.
It would have been 3rd and 10.
Instead, it's now 1st and 10 at the 47. They roll the pocket. Tisdale looking right, has a man wide open. It's Adams, 30-yard line, and he runs out of bounds around the 25.
It's a college-level throw right there by Tisdale. Again, kind of rolling to his right just a little bit, and that was an absolute frozen row, right on the money. When he sets his feet, that's just a beautiful ball.
21 yards there from Tisdale to Adams. And it's 1st and 10 at the Dons 26.
So we got Rogers singled up on Waters, and we got going to be a little bit of a false start.
A lot of movement.
A lot of movement.
False start on the offense, 5 yards, still 1st down.
Those are the kind of penalties, along with the offsides, that just kills a coach.
So 1st and 15 here for Birmingham. That was the 9th penalty against the Patriots. That personal foul against Acalanes was just their 1st of the afternoon.
Yeah, I still don't like it.
Hewitt grabbed in the backfield there by Yates. The senior defensive lineman is fired up.
Yeah, stack box, not much room right there. Hewitt had no problem picking up chunks of yards in the first half, but that was going to be a key adjustment for Coach Burns said at halftime.
2nd down and 15 from the 31-yard line. Yates, the backup defensive lineman, has come in and provided a bit of a spark here for this Dons defense. Made a couple of plays in the backfield.
Again, that box is stacked. This is where you say, hey, Tisdale, win this game for us.
Tisdale over the middle. That one hauled in by Morales. And good to see him make a catch. He's had a couple of tough ones here this afternoon, but Morales comes through there, and it's another 1st down for Birmingham.
Yeah, I like Morales. And again, the tight end, I say it all the time, it doesn't matter what level, Pop Warner, high school, tight ends are always seem to be open. Most linebackers just aren't great coverage backers. They're used to either playing the run or they rush them off the edge. So get a tight end on a linebacker, that was kind of more of a zone. He kind of just had a chance to settle, make the catch. Huge 1st down pickup, and Tisdale's been on fire this whole second half.
18 yards there for Morales. 1st and 10 from the 13. Tisdale looking in the flat there and just threw it too far for fouls. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, and I was kind of watching that wheel route, the way it developed, and I think Tisdale did a good job kind of throwing that one away, essentially. It's either going to be picked or he's going to get his running back killed.
Under 6 to play here in this 3rd quarter. Birmingham led it 21-7 in the 2nd, but the Dons have roared back to tie this one up. Patriots trying to go back in front here on this drive and come up with an answer. 2nd and 10 from the Acalanes 13. Hewitt back in there at a tailback. Tisdale, who's been fantastic on this drive, looking fade, and that one out of bounds. Jackson, the intended target. The coverage there by Bender.
Yeah, all three receivers were well covered on that last route. They even dropped a couple safeties. They didn't have the box stacked on that play. If they wanted to maybe audible to a run, that's one situation where they didn't have 6, 7 guys in the box.
The run defense has been much improved here on this possession.
When the box is stacked, absolutely.
For Acalanes. A lot of running lanes for Birmingham in the first half. Haven't found that so far here on this first possession of the second. Tisdale on 3rd and 10. Steps up, and Tisdale going to roll out of the pressure there, but taken down after a pickup of no gain there. He barely got back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he took a shot at the end. That was one of those plays where you're hoping he hangs onto the football and doesn't take a shot and fumble it right there. You even saw kind of the ball come up. His arm came up.
That was Malmquist coming in there late. So you're looking at a 4th and 10 here if you're Birmingham. And if you're just joining us, Birmingham's kicker, J.C. Oliva, suffered an injury 3 weeks ago. So they've been going with the defensive lineman, Baylon, who's done well on extra points. There's only attempted 1 field goal. Here's the 4th and 10 play. Tisdale over the middle, tipped, and incomplete. Jackson, the intended target. Glass was there to lay a wallop, and it's a turnover on downs.
Yeah, just a really nice defensive stand. Just on any of those 4 plays, there just wasn't a whole lot of separation. That's a nice ball, but you see a great play right there, number 7.
Bender there.
Bender gets his hand in there. Bender, that was nice.
14th pass breakup this season. That leads the team, and it was a big one there as the Dons take over 1st down and 10 from their own 13-yard line. Bailey looking for somewhere to go. Throws it on the run up the boundary. Ball deflected, nearly picked off. Carlos almost able to get both hands on that one for Birmingham. Instead, it falls incomplete. It brings up a 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, I thought Rogers was first going to kind of come down with this, the way he jumped up. And then I thought it was going to be picked off, which would have been a huge play for Birmingham right there.
How about Harris getting his hand in there?
I feel like both sets of corners, we've called them out a lot. Both teams have done really nice jobs of covering down the field.
Quick pass out to Keener. Far sideline. Gets it up to the 19. Gain of 6. Brings up 3rd down and 4.
You can get a gain of 6 for Keener almost every time because they're playing so far off, kind of respecting that speed.
See Bailey's numbers. It's the 3rd down play. Bailey's got 2 wide receivers. Giorgiani, the tailback, switches sides. And they go to him. And Giorgiani likes that outside, lowers the shoulder as Waters comes up to make the tackle right at the sticks. There's going to be a 1st down here for the Dons.
Yeah, little zone. Giorgiani, 2-way guy.
And he's had to thug it out today. He's been banged up a couple of times. But he's in there running strong. And incompletion there. Looking for Souza. Miller gets the majority of the carries, but Giorgiani may be the best running back on the team for the Dons. You've seen him with the touchdown earlier today.
Bigger back, yeah, by about 20 pounds. And I think you're playing against this Birmingham team that is so big and physical. You want to go with a guy who's got a little more size.
And we've seen him go around the edge, though, a couple times.
No doubt.
2nd down and 10. Bailey lost one up and nobody home.
It's a huge 3rd down coming up right here. Obviously, Birmingham badly needs to stop. I kind of feel like Acalanes right now has a nice little rhythm going on offense. They've scored the last 2 possessions, making a tie game. They're still probably kicking themselves a little bit for not scoring in the red zone. Stand here, hold. You're going to get the ball in pretty good field position.
Floyd Burns said a coaching lifer looks on for this 3rd down play. Bailey 17 of 27, 149 yards this afternoon. Takes the snap, pressure coming, tries to escape, gets the block, has some running room, 30-yard line, he's tripped up. And Waters came up from his safety spot to make the tackle well short of the sticks. It's going to bring up a 4th down, and Bailey's slow to get up.
And that's a great play by Waters, because again, from our vantage point, that broke open, and I thought he had the 1st down. I thought he was going to be able to get 10 yards out of that play. Really nice open field tackle, and obviously right now we hope Bailey's okay.
2nd time today we've seen Bailey kind of upended that way. And this time he tried to walk off, but training staff comes out and tells him to get back down. And this is huge, because if in fact they do want to go for it on 4th down, Bailey's going to have to come out for this 4th down play.
Yeah, see a lot of grass, a lot of open room, and Waters takes him low. He falls forward. It's like right in that left thigh. Quadricep area.
Jake Baselli is the backup quarterback. He's thrown 6 touchdowns, 1 interception this season, 645 yards. Baselli and Bailey actually split time last year, but Coach Burns said decided to go with Bailey for this season. And Baselli, being the team player he is, says, Coach, I just want to get on the field. I just want to help the team. It's good to see that Bailey is able to walk off under his own strength.
Yeah, hopefully it's just like a really bad dead leg, right? Where you get...
And he wanted to go back in there.
Almost like that crampy feeling where someone hits you, sometimes in the knee, back in the thigh.
So Bailey's alerted that he can't come back in on this play. So Rogers comes in to punt. Waters goes back for Birmingham, and he parks inside his 30-yard line.
Watch the fake, right, at this part of the field. Oh!
Snap over the head of Rogers. Dribbles into the end zone, and Rogers going to try a rugby-style kick here, a mile high into the sky, touched by a Birmingham player, and fell on in the end zone there by Rogers for a safety. Wow. When the circus come to town.
I'm speechless right now. I'm not even going to try to pretend to unpack this one. You had a punt. So if Birmingham catches that, they could run it in for a touchdown. He fumbles it. It's recovered in the end zone.
But wait a second. The officials are going to talk about this here. This could be a touchback, since it was touched by a Birmingham player and recovered in the end zone.
That's my initial thought.
Ball was touched by Kay behind the line of scrimmage. Result of the play, safety.
So there's the explanation there from Chuck Hare, because it was touched behind the line of scrimmage by the Birmingham player. The result is a safety. We've been hit with some rules this weekend.
I need to start catching up. I need to start reading more. So if he was able to catch it clean, could he have run it in? Could he have advanced that?
I would assume so. Yes. But he's still a live ball at that point.
But he fumbled it.
He muffed it. It's a muff punt for sure, but it was behind the line of scrimmage.
It just sounds weird to me that you could have advanced it, but because he fumbled it, it's going to be a safety. I don't fully understand it, but that's okay. I don't need to understand everything.
There's the quarterback, Bailey, getting attended to.
I can honestly say I've never seen that play before in my life.
That makes 2 of us. I think everybody here in
regardless,
the booth
it's a safety
is along that same category.
It is. I thought it was going to be a great play by Rogers, recovering it. I was expecting a 30-yard punt to kind of save them, but instead it went almost straight up in the air, muffed, recovered in the end zone. It's a safety, so it's 23-21 Birmingham, and they get the ball back.
Saw Christian Flowers there with the helmet off and a big smile. Probably a deep sigh.
He was thinking, like, I'm going to...
He got away with one, though.
He was, dude, if he would have caught that, that's ESPN. That's an
glory.
ESPN right there.
That was a
top highlight.
Touchdown. That was his chance for glory.
Man, you dream about that opportunity as a big old lineman catching a punt.
He's telling them right now, like, man, I almost had that one.
I mean, 20 years from now, the way you tell that story is you cut the ball on the 20-yard line and ran 80 yards for your touchdown.
There's Waters through a seam across midfield. And it'll be great position here for Birmingham. 22 yards on the return. Make sure you stay with us right here on Spectrum News 1 or move over to Sportsnet LA, because coming up at 3:30 p.m. we'll have two great programs. The Folsom Bulldogs and the St. Bonaventure Seraphs in the CIF State Division 1A Championship Bowl. And don't miss the finale. The star-studded modern-day Monarchs of Santa Ana taking on San Mateo's dominant Serra Padres in the Open Division Championship Bowl at 8 p.m. Once again, both those games can be found on Spectrum News 1 and Sportsnet LA. 1st and 10 from the Dons 48. They flip it to Fowles. And you see the wiggle there from Fowles.
I love that play call, Rashawn, because again, they're stacking the box. So a little quick pitch outside the tackle box to your quickest running back. Nice pickup of 9 or 10.
Gets 10 there in a first down.
Yeah. Acalanes has done a nice job kind of congesting inside that tackle box with 7, 8 guys. So what do? A quick little pitch to get outside with your guy. And nice pickup on first down.
So Birmingham back in front 23-21 after the safety. They go back to the ground game, and Fowles smothered there in the backfield.
Not much there.
Brady Morrow got him behind the line of scrimmage. Brings up a 2nd and 11.
Morrow's just making plays on both sides of the ball, right? Reception on offense, tackle for loss on defense.
Yeah, that reception, one of those unintended consequences of the ball being deflected right in his face.
Let's see if Birmingham can get Jackson going, or Antrell Harris.
Approaching 2.5 in the third. Tisdale pumps, running out of space. Ball comes out. Let's say, is he down?
I thought he was down. But I think that was some miscommunication on the wide receivers. Not one, all 3 guys are all kind of running down the field. Not one guy turned his head around to look for the football.
They say he's down, much to the chagrin of the Acalanes contingent. Loss of 6 there. I don't know. I don't know if he
was on top of a defender, right?
Yeah.
So that technically.
Let's see this angle here.
His knee does not touch yet. The ball is out. His knee never touched.
They did. His helmet may have touched. 3rd and 17 as the Patriots move backwards. Trips to the right of the quarterback, Tisdale. They hand it off up the middle, and Hewitt once again hit for a loss. Morrow there along with Casiedo. Loss of 2. As this drive went nowhere in a hurry.
He had great field position and a really nice first down play, getting a first down, but after that it was 3 times getting stuffed.
How about this Dons defense post-intermission?
Stepped up. Tackle for a loss, a sack, tackle for loss. So out of all that, you're down 2. Could have been much worse than that, right?
And now you got Danger and Rogers and Keener both back to receive this punt. Waters is the punter. And rugby style kick here. It's a high end over end. Takes a Birmingham bounce inside the 10. A nice job there by Waters to get that one off. And a beautiful kick pinning Acalanes deep.
Those rugby style kicks always seem to give you that little nice generous roll, don't they?
Typically, right? I mean, it definitely got one there. Let's check in now with Timothy.
Wasn't much on his knee, upper thigh area. he is coming back into the game.
And he's back in there at quarterback right now, Timothy. First down and 10 from the 7. Bailey in the end zone, throwing on the run, and nobody home.
Yeah, wasn't really a receiver, but he was outside the.
He was outside the tackle box.
You know, Sully's tough. Obviously, he's not going to let a potential dead leg. And I know you got a paper cut at halftime, Rashawn. So you feel his pain. You're showing the same toughness that he's showing over here.
You know, I try. I do it for the team, GB.
If Sully can suck it up, I know you can too.
Got this
Pleasure.
history of paper cuts.
Standing next to you right now.
Just got to fight through it. Man. Here's Bailey looking up top. Rogers runs underneath it at the 40. Across midfield, Rogers taken down from behind. Huge gain there inside the 35-yard line. And a first down for Acalanes.
Yeah, at some point in this game, you knew one of those two track guys who are football players are going to get deep. And Rogers just did.
Pickup of 60 there on the play. First down and 10, Acalanes inside Birmingham territory. Kind of been waiting for them to hit one of those all afternoon. They finally do, and now they go to the ground game in Miller.
Yeah. I think what Birmingham's doing is they're saying, okay, Waters is our best player. We're going to go man up on him. And then I'm watching their double teaming Keener. It's kind of similar to what I remember. I'll let you take it out to the end of the third. I'll give you my thought on that.
So that'll be the end of the 3 here. Birmingham 23, Acalanes 21.
It's available on all your favorite devices. Let's go!
Start of the fourth quarter. Division III AA championship between Birmingham and Acalanes. Patriots up by 2. 2nd down and 9 here for the Dons, who are putting on the pressure. They have it inside of Birmingham territory. Ball at the Patriots' 33-yard line. Huge discussion in the booth in between quarters in terms of that muff punt situation we had earlier. Here's the 2nd down play. Bailey looking up top. Rodgers, nice adjustment. Nice catch. Does he get the end zone? Yes, he does. Touchdown, Acalanes.
Perfect throw. Great catch. That's one of those sort of a back shoulder pass where even if you have really good coverage, there are certain throws that are indefensible. Tight coverage by Waters. But again, certain throws where the DB has his back turned, he doesn't really get to see the ball. That would have been a fun Pac-12 matchup, except for obviously there's no more Pac-12. But you got Cal versus UW right there. Trevor Rogers. Man, 2 big plays for Rogers on that drive. The deep ball, the touchdown right there. And again, just a perfect throw.
Great job.
Point after is good. So the Dons back in front, and they lead it by 5. Bailey to Rogers there on the touchdown strike. 34 yards.
Rogers, big-time player, making big-time plays. Stepping up. How about Sully Bailey just saying, you're not going to stop me with some Charlie Horse? Hope that's all it is. I'm not trying to make light of it, but he looked great throwing the ball in that drive.
How about the player Justin Wilcox is getting?
Oh,
at Cal.
What a steal.
Trevor Rogers. His brother Chris is a wide receiver at Cal as well, and an alum of Acalanes. Chris actually came and spoke to the team earlier this week and said, hey, do this for us. We never got a chance to do this. And so Acalanes playing for all the great Dons of the past. It's been a magical year for them. Very first sectional championship, first time winning a NorCal championship, and of course making their debut here in the state title game.
They're a really good team. Both sides of the ball, really well coached. You kind of see some of the second half adjustments in terms of just stuff in the run, and I get why they're here.
So now Birmingham's chance to respond. This one taken off a hop by Waters. Running east and west at the 20. Tries to find the corner. Makes a nice move to do so.
That was
and
really
gets
nice.
out of bounds just shy of the 40.
You kidding me? That little just football instinct, just being able to just instinctively just make a guy miss just because you can.
He picked up 24 there on the return. So now if you're Birmingham, how do you respond offensively? The defense from Acalanes has done a great job against your run game here in this second half. What do you do?
Yeah, I mean, they're double teaming Waters, so you got to find another receiver. The run game has kind of been stifled between the tackles, so you got a couple other receivers that can make plays. Even your tight end, Minor Morales, has made some catches. So I still trust Kingston Tisdale. I just called him Kingsdale. Kingston Tisdale with the football. I think he's got a big-time arm. You got to get one of those other guys involved. One of those other receivers has got to get some separation right now. And he needs to be protected. I think last drive, Acalanes did a nice job pressuring Tisdale.
We have a timeout taken here by Birmingham. First of the half for the Patriots. So it's 28-23. Acalanes going back in front thanks to a Trevor Rogers touchdown reception. Here's what he's done today. This was his first touchdown catch.
Yeah, I mean, he's a thoroughbred. You don't really get a great idea for how big he is unless you actually go and see him on the field, which pregame I was able to do. I mean, he's a big kid, and not just tall, man. He's like a really well put together kid. There's the ball skills. Great body control against a great quarterback, and even does the kickoffs. What can't he do? Really fun game, and two-way player, never leaves the field.
A $140 and 2 tubs here in the state championship game. It's the first down play for Birmingham. Hewitt has a lead blocker in Morales and follows him for a gain of 4.
That's probably been their best run between the tackles this half.
It has. I'd agree. 11.5 left in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, so for Coach Rose, maybe you challenge your offensive line saying, look, you guys outweigh these guys by about 50 pounds per player. Let's move some people.
Tell you what, GB, this first game on Saturday never disappoints.
Never.
We've had some good ones here the last few years.
We got overtime last year.
They go back to the ground and start to see Birmingham looking like its first half self these last couple of runs. Hewitt picking up the first down there after the gain of 6.
Takes the ball out to the 50-yard line.
Yeah, first down is so big. I'm stating the obvious, but that first down play, just you get behind the chains or even get stuffed, it just everything changes from the way you can call that drive. You get some positive yards. Now you get the run pass option. Defense isn't sure what you're going to do. Can't pin their ears back and get after you if it's 2nd and long, 3rd and long.
Approaching 10.5 to play. 1st and 10 from midfield. Hewitt follows his blocks, finds the crease, still on his feet. Hewitt inside the 40 and finally wrestled down there by Keener.
Hewitt looking like a pinball right there, just bouncing off guys. Following his blocks, gets that left hand out there, then you see that late explosion. Takes a shot, gets 4 or 5 more yards after contact. Again, great running backs. I'm always watching. What do you get after contact?
14 yards there for Ronell Hewitt.
Now play action, right? If you wanted to go that route, you establish the run on this drive. Now if you want to go play action, maybe get that safety to bite.
They go back to the ground, and this time it's fouls. Unable to turn the corner there. Bender, the corner, making the stop right at the line of scrimmage. No gain. Brings up a 2nd and 10 from the Dons 36.
And there's a cutback lane there, but that was a great open field tackle. If he breaks that one, he's got a chance to make a big play right there.
Birmingham looking to win its first state championship. They've been here before. Trying to get over the hump. Down by 5 here, as we're just under 9.5 remaining. Tisdale, play fake, has a man. Baylon comes out of the backfield, and Baylon a first down.
I was kicking myself because I had a thought I was going to say, hey, right now the way Acalanes' defense, they're flying to the football. Any type of misdirection, you're going to see something open up, and that's a great job right there. Fake the handoff. The whole defense kind of flowed left. Tisdale, easy throws, flicked his wrist. It's enough juice in that football for a big first down.
12 yards on the pickup.
Misdirection now, it's just I formation, right?
1st and 10 from the 23. They toss it. And that Acalanes defense once again.
Yeah, he cut back into the face of that defense right there. I think you almost kind of wanted, if you want to follow that lead block.
McKenzie was the first man through, stopping Hewitt for no gain.
Like one of those kind of old school Myron Miller, Tustin, Deshaun Foster. The quarterback flips it out, then turns around and becomes a blocker.
Tisdale this time out of the gun. Hands it off and tripped up in the backfield. There is Hewitt. Able to fall forward for a couple, but brings up a 3rd and 8 here.
Yeah, 2 down territory, obviously. So this drive, you don't need to get all 8, all 7 yards right now. You can just pick up a chunk. And Tisdale, again, in the last, he kind of gave the inside handoff and played it out, rolled it out, and he had a lot of room. So I won't be shocked at some point in this game. Doesn't have to be now. If Tisdale kind of fakes that handoff and this time keeps it. Because I mentioned it a few plays ago, Acalanes' defense is really swarming. Misdirection might get him.
Tisdale, the junior quarterback, takes the snap. Pressure coming, tries to create some space, throws it. Oh, he's picked off. First interception thrown by Tisdale this season. And it's coming back the other way. It's Keener.
Tell you what, that was a heck of a play by Baylon, because when I saw who picked it off, I thought there was no way anybody was going to get in the way of him scoring a touchdown on that pick six. That's the fastest guy in the field. Balon had an angle on him, obviously, but yeah, got hit right as he threw it, right on that arm.
Pressure from Malmquist creating that turnover there. And Keener, he can go. Gets it all the way back to the Birmingham 30. Tisdale this season, 29 touchdown passes before throwing his first interception. Here's a fumble in the backfield, recovered there by Bailey. Our Timothy Parker reporting that Bailey was given a knee brace by one of his teammates. Was able to get back in there. You see the muffed snap there.
Yeah, he wasn't able to get down and pick that up, but understand why with the brace, big old brace on the knee.
2nd and 14, and that one incomplete to Rogers. Noah draped all over him. Brings up 3rd down.
Rogers thinking might have been a little bit early. Yeah, and some of those straight drops, the last few times when Tisdale had to just kind of a straight drop, Acalanes has been in his face. Hasn't been able to step up into that pocket at all.
So here's 3rd and 14 at the Birmingham 34. Bailey looking. Oh, he's picked off. They trade interceptions here. Caden Chappelle.
One of the first throws that Bailey's made that I think he wants back in terms of just the decision. Threw that one right into double coverage. Looked for Rogers. Rogers was never open, covered well, and the safety rolled over the top. Just had a nice, easy catch. Rogers never even turned around for it. I don't think he even thought the ball was coming his way.
Chappelle snagging that one there. High GPA kid, over a 4.0. He's getting some interest from the Ivy League. He's brand new to football a season ago. And the 6'2" senior makes a big play there. And here's Waters making the first down grab. And he picks up 2.
And how bad did Birmingham need that right there? Any kind of stop, but turn him over. Down 5, 1 possession game.
Approaching 6.5 to play. This drive started at the Birmingham 8.
I like Tisdale getting the ball out quick, though.
Here's the quick toss, Hewitt, and he cannot escape the grasp there of Giorgiani. Loss of 1.
What a game for Giorgiani.
He's been everywhere. He's got a touchdown run, and he's been in the backfield religiously.
Yeah, two-way player. Again, just shoots the gap, and that's just quickness over size right there. They had a blocker assigned to him. He was just a little too quick. Beat his block. Great form tackle. Can't do it much better.
3rd and 8 here for the Patriots. Low snap. Tisdale looking. Boundary and too far for Waters. It was that matchup, GB. You've been so excited about this afternoon. Waters against Rogers.
Yeah, Waters had a really nice release and actually had a little bit of separation. The ball was overthrown, and you saw Rogers kind of, with that makeup speed, made it a tougher throw, a tighter window. I thought Waters had him right, maybe just a little earlier. Would have needed a perfect throw there, but I get it, right? Our best guy against their best guy. Let's give our guy a chance to make a throw, make a play.
Speaking
quick 3 and out.
Speaking of guys, the Dons have 2 guys back for this punt. Rogers and Keener. Waters.
Man, that's a great punt away from both
nice
those 2.
Bounce to the other side of the 50 and down there by Birmingham. So Bailey, after turning it over on his last throw, will usher the offense back onto the field.
It ended up being like a great punt, right? You got the ball inside their 10-yard line. Obviously, that wasn't what the intention was, but I feel like it's almost kind of becoming nervous time if you're a Birmingham fan. You kind of start to look at that clock. It's now 5:40. You're down 5. They have the ball. They, meaning Acalanes.
Remember, Patriots had to use a timeout earlier in this half already. So they have just 2 left. Bailey goes to Miller on the ground, and Miller stuffed Tonga there, along with Bailon. Nick Tonga, that is.
Yeah, Bailon is just a sophomore. We get 2 more years to watch him grow and develop. Just took his guy and just shook him.
Approaching the 5-minute mark. Bailey today, 19 of 29, 241 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. 2nd and 8. Bailey looking near side in the slot. White caught. Slips the man. Still on his feet. White at the 30-yard line. Play continues. And he's pushed forward up to the 26.
No whistle. I like it. Let him play. Forward progress was never stopped. Ended up getting about 4 or 5 yards. That's over the linebacker, underneath the safety. A little bit of a zone for Birmingham. It was a tight zone. That's a perfect throw again. Old Elite 11 days, I remember Trent Dilfer once said there was no defense for a perfect throw. We've seen it about 2 or 3 times tonight.
It's Miller coming in there with a little bit of a shove from behind for his teammate. Helps him pick up 24 as we near 4.5 to play.
Sully Bailey has time to just step into his throw. Man, it looks like Boomer Esiason. I love that smooth lefty.
Low snap as Giorgiani gets the handoff.
That was a fumble with someone's helmet.
Yeah, someone's helmet came flying off, and it looks like it was Nick Tonga. Has to step off the field for a play to adjust his headgear. 2nd down and 9 coming up. A lot of punishment being inflicted out there on that field today. Both these teams giving it their all in search of the first state championship in their respective schools' history.
Yeah, it's been a really good game. We kind of thought it would be.
Acalanes trailed by 14 in the first half. They've come all the way back to take a 5-point lead.
Big Bo.
As Giorgiani is taken down by Bo Tonga there. 1-yard pickup. 3rd and long coming up.
It's a nice play by Bo. He had those early offside, but he's had a really strong second half, made several plays right there in that tackle position. Acalanes gets off the ball really, really quickly.
3rd and 8. Bailey's been effective with those claps this afternoon. Been able to draw Birmingham off sides. Nothing doing that time. Takes the snap in the flat, has his man Giorgiani out of the backfield, and he gets close to a 1st down. It's going to be about maybe 2 or 3 yards short. Picks up 5 there.
4th down. Big decision right here.
And Birmingham going to take a timeout here for this 4th down play. So that leaves the Patriots with just 1 left.
Yeah, interesting timeout there. I was curious if Acalanes was going to take a timeout there to decide, hey, do we want to go for this on 4th and 3? I'm assuming they will. Do we kick a field goal? My guess is they will go for it. I'm sure Birmingham wants to have their defense set. And Acalanes, they just give you so many things to worry about, though. Running back, the quarterback can roll out. They got wide receiver screens. They got deep balls. 3 or 4 different wide receivers. We've seen several guys, not just the big 2. Sousa's made some plays. Giorgiani.
2:56 left. If you're inside that Acalanes huddle, what are you looking for a play call here, GB?
Yeah, I want to see what the defense shows me first.
Ball at the 19. 4th down and 3. Birmingham needing a stop in the worst way. 4 wide receivers for Bailey. They set up the wide receiver screen. It's Rogers has got the 1st down.
I'm going to go wide receiver screen is what I was going to call right there. Yeah, that was a great call, great situation. Get our best player the ball. I think I opened up for him. Birmingham was playing a little soft, too deep. Had 2 deep safeties right there, so when the box is congested, it's kind of hard to do that wide receiver screen when you have 2 deep safeties back there. You got a little more room to operate between the linebacker and the safeties.
Approaching 2.5 left. Acalanes in no hurry here to get to the line of scrimmage. Up by 5. 1st and goal. Ball right at the 10-yard line. If you're Birmingham, your best bet here is to try to force some type of a turnover.
Yeah, I'm looking at Rogers' guys one-on-one coverage with Noah.
Here's Giorgiani up the middle. And Plaza there on the tackle.
Hear those pads popping from up here.
A lot of hard hitting going on this afternoon in Mission Viejo.
That's a beautiful sound. Under 2 minutes right now, Rashawn. Where is this 4th quarter gone?
It's flown by.
Yeah, Birmingham has just 1 more timeout left. This one of those situations where Acalanes, they get 1 more first down. Oh, can't get a first down. It's goal to go, but yeah, that clock is a huge factor right now. Yeah, no hurry at all. You don't need to have any urgency right now. Let that clock be your ally.
90 seconds left. Giorgiani can't get outside. Carlos was the first one to get to him. Balon got him down. And 3rd down coming up with 1:15 left.
And I think Coach Rose is going to hold that timeout for this play right here. If they stuff him on 3rd down, then he'll call the timeout. Yeah, I'd almost wonder if they do get stuffed on 3rd down, you kick the field goal.
Kick the field goal, makes it an 8-point game.
Right? They have to score a touchdown and get the 2-point conversion. But didn't you say earlier, Coach Burns said they haven't kicked a field goal the whole season?
Rogers has kicked a couple. And there's going to be a flag here.
The delay?
Delay, offense, be 5 yards, still 3rd down.
So they take the delay with 37 seconds left.
I don't think that 5 yards is going to bother them too much. They think, hey, we'll take the clock.
Timer, 39 seconds, please. 39.
Coach Burnstead has such a vast coaching background at the college level, and those guys who coach at that level always seem to have great time management late in games.
So they add 2 seconds. It's 39 ticks left. Handoff. Giorgiani stopped there at the 10. Jim Rose and Birmingham going to take their final timeout. Comes with 35 seconds left. We'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. For the safety broadcast today, please be entering the field delay. This includes at the end of today's game. We thank you in advance for your cooperation.
Miller, we got 65. Okay. Yeah. Stay. We gotta wait till they let us know. No, that's not. We roll out. Hang out.
Bring them out.
All right, let's go. Hey, put this shit in the end zone. Let's go. Finish the fight.
Make sure you stay with us right here after the game on Spectrum News 1 or on our sister network, Sportsnet LA. Coming up at 3:30 p.m., we'll have a matchup you won't want to miss between two of the top programs in the state, the Folsom Bulldogs and the St. Bonaventure Serfs, for the CIF State Division 1A Championship Bowl. That's right here on Sportsnet LA, your new home for Shohei Ohtani. 4th and goal over the middle. Caught! Keener! Touchdown! And that's going to do it. Acalanes can smell the first state championship in school history.
I would call that the dagger, Rashawn, but you actually put that dagger in me a second earlier with the Shohei Ohtani news. Just rubbing salt in my wounds right here. We mentioned Keener a few times, right? So good, so explosive. Been a little quiet, but there he is with the dagger. Quick slant. And if you can run like he can, that quick slant is so hard to defend. Give a little outside fake, cut inside. You're open all day long, Paul Keener.
Putting an exclamation point on this Division III AA championship. Paul Keener. He and Rogers, part of the 4x100 team last spring that finished second in state.
Peyton Waters has come so close to blocking the last 3 or 4 extra points. He did get a piece of that one, but it wasn't enough.
10 plays, 52 yards, 5 minutes and 10 seconds off the clock. A championship drive for Floyd Burnsitt's Acalanes Dons.
Can we talk about the Acalanes defense for a second? Birmingham sitting on 21 points offensively. Got the 2 points on one of the weirder plays we've ever seen. But that's been it. Birmingham's offense was so good, so efficient, run and pass the whole entire first half, but got shut out this second half.
And since going up 21-7, they've been outscored 28-2.
They got in the red zone a couple times, just couldn't convert.
I got a feeling this one's going to sting for the kids from Lake Balboa.
Yeah, Coach Rose as well. I know he said, hey, this is going to be our year. We have 25 seniors. Last year we had a great run, but this is going to be the team for us. He's such a good coach. They have such a good squad. Their lower levels are all very, very good. And look at the roster. They have plenty of underclassmen, including that quarterback who's coming back. Probably still going to be the team to beat in the LA City section. Of course, he wanted a state championship, though, badly.
They've gotten here once before. In 2021, they lost at McClymonds 54-7. He said his team just was not ready for that moment. Felt like they were ready. They were hungry. They wanted it. It was a goal this season. And unfortunately for the Patriots, looks like they may come up just a bit short here.
They looked good, right? I mean, 21-7. And then all of a sudden just boom, boom. Touchdown to end the half, touchdown to start the half. And all of a sudden you look up and you're having what I thought was a great game, and you're tied up instead of being up a couple scores. Just never could get the offense in rhythm. They mentioned the adjustment that Acalanes coaches said, get more guys in the box, stuff that inside run. They did a nice job of that. And then throwing game, again, Tisdale, they kind of pressured him a lot. He never really looked like he was, fully had time to get his feet. He couldn't climb the pocket.
Paul Burnsitt won 5 sectional titles in his 20 years at Miramonte High School. When he was coaching there was no state. There was no regional or state bowl games. He comes to Acalanes, a community that wanted a good football team. and leads them to their first sectional title, first NorCal championship, and now 24 ticks away from a state title. Here's Keener with the interception earlier in this quarter, and this was huge. It led to the touchdown. Here's Keener, the mark that he's had in this fourth quarter.
Fingerprints everywhere over this game. I can't wait to talk to him. I want to see what he's going to run this year.
That interception was the very first one thrown by Kingston Tisdale this season.
I think you jinxed him by talking about that too much.
I didn't write the article.
No hitter.
I didn't write the article.
You did it to him.
It was in the LA Times. Tisdale trying to escape and gets hit from behind there. Pass falls incomplete. Aiden Yates, the backup defensive lineman, he's had himself an afternoon.
A really complete effort. Again, they've been able to kind of stuff everything. If you're talking about Acalanes, dropping guys deep, nothing over the top, still getting pressure on the quarterback, and stuff from the run. Coach Burns said, man, he's got to be happy. It was interesting. I mentioned before, kind of nerding out, talking to him about some of the great players and coaches that he's worked with in the past. That guy, he's been around for a long time in a state championship. Interesting gentleman.
Shout out to our fantastic crew, our TD, Joe Ocon, audio, Francisco Koch, graphics coordinator, Nick Liverani, Lynn Bernstein on graphics, Luis Chavez, the AD, Robbie Amavisca on tape, along with Bob Sipowicz. Here's Waters. They go with the little hook and ladder there. Coming up the sideline is Harris. He gets out of bounds. 9 seconds left. Jacqueline Andrade also on tape. Our fantastic crew here today, led by Eric Hebert, our producer. Mike Wilson, our director.
First and 10 for Birmingham.
They'll be here. They'll be here all day. We get a little brunch and football. And
yes.
We get out of here, but
a little Chick-fil-A.
The crew will be here all day. This is the first of a triple header we'll have for you on our Spectrum family of networks. 9 seconds left. There's Tisdale going to tuck it and run, and he gets out of bounds. On camera, Joe Sonnenberg, Lou Espinosa, Art Taylor, Rob Moran, Darren Bowser, Greg Noyes.
If you like good quarterback play, are you still giving flowers? You still shouting out love to everybody? You good?
AJ Ponsiglione, AJ, director of sports.
I love that name. My son's name is AJ, so it's a great name. I was going to say, if you love good quarterback play, do not change the channel, because St. Bonaventure, Anthony Walter going to Nevada, and Folsom, Ryder Lyons, for me, is probably a top 5 quarterback in the whole entire sophomore class.
They're factory.
He is special. Oh my God! But they are a factory. They always have guys. But among that group of guys, he is a dude. He's a top 5 guy in the nation, one of the best I've seen at that level. I mentioned before Anthony Walter going to Nevada for St. Bonnie. So don't change the channel if you're a fan of good quarterback play.
As this one has gone final, Acalanes wins the 3AA state championship. It's the first in school history. Paul Burns said and company going to have a nice long bus ride back to Lafayette to celebrate this one as the magical season comes to an end with a state title for the Dons.
And that's the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat. Remember those old, probably too young, but they used to have these really sweet.
I remember those.
Do you remember those? Thrill of victory, and they show the skier just baptized over and over and over again. Thrill of victory for Acalanes. What a great football team, man. I really enjoyed watching them, and I've enjoyed watching Birmingham for a few years now. Much respect for their staff, Coach Rose. Great football players that we'll see at the next level as well, so I can't wait for that.
We'll step aside. The Acalanes Dons, state champs in the 3AA division. Paul Burns said, the victory shout.
Fans and gentlemen, we'll have our
Welcome back to Saddleback College. Time now to hand out some hardware. And for that, we go downstairs to Timothy Parker.
Thank you, Rashawn. We begin right now with, first up, we have Marty Bitter, the president of the CIF State Council. We want to congratulate Jim Rose on a great season, not only in tackle football, but flag football as well. Congratulations to you all. Now, to the state champions for the first time, Acalanes. Can I get Coach up here? Can I get Trevor up here? Trevor, you turn around to the form. That's all right. Trevor, you guys were down by 14 in the first half. How did you guys come back to get this win?
I mean, we just trusted our coaching, everything we've done all year. We knew we had the athletes to come back. The defenses had to keep on making big plays. People like Jack Giorgiani, Brady Morrow making plays in the backfield just helped us spark the comeback.
How about you making those big plays? 2 touchdowns, 149 yards. What does a big game like this in a state championship game mean to you?
It means everything. Get to going against great players in the other team. I mean, they have people going Power 5 everywhere, great running backs. But, you know, our coach said the big-time players make big-time plays in big-time games.
You feel like you're a big-time player?
Of course.
Congratulations. Coach, first of all, let's present the trophy. Marty Bitter, to Coach Burnstead, for the first time, raise your state championship trophy.
First time in school history.
How you feeling right now?
Oh, I feel awesome. That bus trip was worth it.
Coach, at halftime you told me it would be a tall task to stop that Birmingham offense. You shut them down in the second half. How'd you do it?
I don't know if we shut them down, but we made some plays at the right time and was able to get some stops. So, you know, it's just going back to our basic defense, and we just played basic defense the second half.
Now, this is not a celebration by yourself. I need all of your team to come over to celebrate the state championship. And, Coach, watching these guys celebrate like this, what does this moment mean to you?
It means a whole lot, not only for our players, but for our community. If you look up in the stands, there's a lot of community members here that support us. So,
what message do you have to this community who have supported you all this time?
Oops, I didn't hear the question.
What message did you say to this community who have supported you all this time?
You know, we set our banquet for tomorrow. after the state playoff, so we were planning on being here. And so tomorrow at 11 o'clock, we have our football banquet tomorrow, so we were planning all the way.
It's going to be eating good because you're state champion.
We are state champions. First time in school history.
What was the key to getting it done?
I think, just staying with what we do. They were big up front. We really had a hard time running the ball, but we're a very good passing team. So, we just stuck with what we did well, and luckily it turned out well for us.
You've been doing it a long time now. You made history here at Acalanes. Congratulations to you all. Congratulations to Birmingham. Rashawn, I'll send it back up to you.
Thank you, Timothy. Good stuff down there. Congrats to the Acalanes Dons winning their first state title in school history. He said they went back to their basic defense, GB, and he said they didn't shut Birmingham down. Well, only 2 points allowed. That was on the safety. No offensive points scored by the Patriots in the second half.
Yeah, no, I thought they did a great job, and he said basic defense, but, I mean, if that meant just hitting hard and tackling and being in the right spot and covering deep and shutting down the run game, I mean, that's pretty nice basic defense. His guys all played so well, not just like you mentioned the big two, but, so many different unsung heroes for Acalanes. This is the beauty of high school football. Not everybody here is going to go play at the next level, so this, for some of these guys, is it, and you're going out as state champion. That's really stinking cool.
How about Rogers and Keener making the plays when they needed them?
Hey, man, like Roger said it, like big-time guys make big-time plays, and he made several throughout the game. He's a heck of a football player. I mean, he has, and I don't like to use this too often, but he's got NFL upside. I mean, look at his body and his length and his speed and his hands and his body control and his compete level. When you look at the NFL, it's filled with guys who were two-way players back in high school. He's got every box. I know it's such a cliche, but he checks off every box in terms of what we look for in a big-time athlete, man. I really like him a lot, and I'm going to be following him closely at Cal.
Special thanks to our guys up here in the booth with us, Blake Boyer on stats, Garrett Nakagawa helping us out spotting, my man Ralph Lopez, stage manager. That's going to do it from Saddleback. The Acalanes Dons, your CIF State Division III AA champions. Stay with us on Spectrum News 1 the rest of the night, or hop over to Sportsnet LA. The Folsom Bulldogs take on the St. Bonaventure Sarahs at 3:30 p.m. And at 8 p.m., it's Mater Dei and Sarah of San Mateo. So for Greg Biggins and Timothy Parker, I'm Rashawn Haylock. Thank you for joining us, and enjoy a full day of CIF State Championship coverage.